right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, you are looking live at the Red and Rail Sports Show. We are here. We are coming live. Armani coming from Charlotte, Chicago. Vince is in Dallas, and I'm here in talk from real sports fans who are real sports athletes. We have what, ladies and gentlemen? Real sports.
Real sports knowledge.
We're moving.
Sure.
We're keeping it going. Red is not here, so there's no monologue. We want to send our condolences and help with Red, who lost the good rare somewhere. Back. We're still here. The show's still live, and we're ready to go. We got a lot to talk about. Men, women, NFL, in NBA, everything. So, wait. Oh, my audio is not good. Uh-oh. Oh, it's not.
It's just we can hear you, Coach. It's just a little shaky. That's all. It should be okay.
Yeah, just in and out, in and out. No, I can't hear you at all.
Can y'all hear me?
Now I hear you.
Okay, that's something wrong in the Matrix. Vince, get the jokes ready.
Hey, that's kind of bad when my Hilton Wi-Fi is better than your Mississippi Cricket Wireless.
The jokes is coming. The jokes is coming, Coach. Just so you know.
No, this is the last week for the phone, though. The phone is going to be gone next week, unfortunately.
You switching? Okay.
Yeah. The package is finally coming in, so we'll be back to normal.
Coach got a flip phone now.
Yeah. The number 276, I know you all should know this guy, but he played offensive line for many years for the Rams. He's a two-time all-pro tackle. He made the Hall of Fame recently, I believe. And I'm sure you know him, big guy, Orlando Pace.
Orlando Pace, yep. Okay.
Big O Pace.
Pace, yep.
He anchored that line, and his quarterbacks had fun. I put him right there. Hey, protect my blind side. And more than likely, often he protected the blind side. So, hey, Orlando Pace is 276. How's the weather where you all are? Because we just had a tornado warning not too long ago, and it's been a really bad out here. But guess what? Watch how the Lord works. By 12 o'clock, the sun will be out. So,
oh yeah, yeah. In Dallas, it was about 80. It was 80 yesterday. It felt really good.
80. Woo.
Oh yeah.
Well, here in Charlotte, it's the weather's hit or miss. I mean, it's windy and it's raining a little bit, but it stopped raining now. So it's looking a little promising. So hope, like you said, by 12, the sun might come out.
Yeah, I tell you, it was a touch. Go ahead and look at red show in the air. That might not work. We may have a problem. I'm flying through the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we're traveling, and I'll be outside doing it. But no, the weather's broken. So we are moving on. All right. Let's get into our dope, nope, and coke. We got lots of dope, nope, and coke. So we're going to start with you, Armani. What you doping on?
I am doping on, everybody know what this week means in golf. And this week is Masters Week. I am amped about Masters Week. One of my favorite time of the year, and my favorite golfer will be participating. Tiger Woods will be playing in the Masters tournament, so I'm hyped about Masters tournament. I will be in Augusta, Georgia for Masters tournament. So, hey, Shout out to Masters Tournament. I'm ready. I cannot wait. I'm gonna go and get me some gear. Might even see me out there. Who knows? We'll see.
Well, you get the ice cream. All right, Vince, what you doping on?
I am doping on all three of my copes are going to be related to my Gamecocks team, but I'm doping on the 36-1 record that we had this year. We were undefeated up until last night. Great accomplishment for our women's team. We won 42 games in a row. Shout out to them. Major dope.
My dope moment is going to the new basketball Hall of Fame class. You got some good ones in there that made the list this year. You got Dwayne Wade. You got Becky Hammond retiring, so you know he's going in. Tony Parker, and the only man I know that I saw carry a aluminum foil plate to the game, Dirk Nowitzki.
That's awesome. Hey,
awesome.
we were when we were leaving the arena last night, we were trying to drop a pin as close as we could for the Uber driver to come get us. And I told my buddy, I said, "Hey, we're on, let him know we're on Nowitzki Way, because they actually have a street right on the backside. I think it's the backside of the arena called Nowitzki Way.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty dope.
That's the only way you can get there. Okay. All right. Vince, what you noping on?
I'm noping on the refs inserting themselves into a game. The refs should be the ancillary characters of any game. Their job is to officiate, of course, and you're supposed to be impartial. But I got to give a major note to them for inserting themselves into the game, and they actually affected a lot of how the game went on last night between Iowa and my Gamecocks.
Oh wow, yeah, it was kind of a choppy, kind of physical game. They let a lot slide on one side, certain sides, but hey, you know how it is in the big game. Ref want to be seen sometimes. Armani, what you noping on?
I'm a nope on Arthur Blank. Arthur, and I get it. You don't want to pay. We know that the organization has decided we're going to stick and build around Desmond Ritter. I'm cool with that. But you are in no position to say, hey, we're not going to go after Lamar Jackson because we don't want to pay him the contract. Mr. Blank, your team has had, 5-6 losing seasons? You've gotten to a point where it's like some things you just don't have a choice with. You have a choice of not paying players. You want to build the roster around the right way, but y'all could have made a deeper run at Lamar. I'm just saying, you 5 straight losing seasons, you cannot be out on any top quarterback. Any top quarterback, you cannot use that as an excuse to why the injury, why you didn't want to pay him the money. I mean, dude, Joe Burrow got hurt. He tore his MCL and ACL and PCL. He's going to get top money. Injuries are a part of the game. So Arthur Blank, listen, I get it, but 5 straight losing seasons, you're not in no position to not go after a top quarterback.
Yeah, you took my note, but I'll find you for it later on. But no, I agree. I mean, Arthur Blank said something to the effect of Lamar gets hurt by the style of game he plays. But what Arthur does not know is Lamar got hurt in the pocket.
Inside the pocket.
Running. He didn't get hurt running. He got hurt standing in the pocket.
Inside the pocket. And that can happen to any quarterback.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So Arthur, you got to do a little read instead of knowing how many nails going to the wood at Home Depot, my brother. You got to do a little better research.
5 straight losing seasons.
Meanwhile, he didn't mind paying Matty Rice Patty all that money all those years.
And going after Deshaun Watson. Yeah, I mean, let's be for real. You go after Deshaun, you mean telling Lamar not worth going after? A franchise quarterback? But hey, put your trust in Desmond Ritter. We'll see. I can't make a ruling on Ritter right now, but he's only played 4 games. My nope, and I'm gonna go back to yours, Vince. Is the report? Some reporters got caught calling Don Staley's team thugs and other derogatory words, and Don addressed it, which she should have. My thing is, don't say anything that you don't want anybody to hear.
Right.
You open your mouth a little too much. You thought you were saying it in private, and see what Don told you was I know people in the media. I got friends in the media, and they tell me what you said, and you calling them thugs and monkeys. Hey, it's 2023, not 1913. Come on,
Exactly.
come on now. You got to do better than that. You reporters, and y'all on my nope list, and you should be banned. But hey, they're gonna let you keep reporting. They may have said something in the back, but totally unacceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Very unacceptable.
And Coach, that leads me to my cope. If you want me to go ahead and start that, my cope is that was the first thing that Dawn did when she started her post game presser. She says, "We're not bar fighters, we're not thugs, we're not monkeys." Coach Luter, the coach for Iowa, days before, she said, we're going to be in for a bar fight. That's why Coach led off with the bar fight comment.
Yeah.
Coach Luter set that tone early, days before this game, even started. The fact that impression of our style of play, which has proven to be successful, is one thing that you don't feel is what college, basketball should be, and that's how you should be successful, or because you guys don't have the athletes to do what we were able to do for those 42 games. It became racial immediately.
Yeah.
It became racial because of our success. If we played the way that we normally do and we lost, you wouldn't hear a peep out of anybody.
Nope.
You wouldn't hear a peep. But the fact that black woman with a 90% majority black team has gone out there and taken down Titans for years.
Yep.
That one reporter, and she knows who it is. And Dawn is classy enough to not put that person's name out there. She's just letting that person know. And apparently it's a well-known national writer who reports on women's basketball throughout the year, every year. She knows who it is, but she's letting that person know at the event that I think it was an event that took place on Thursday. Mm-hmm. It was the day before. That person was saying these things out loud. She says, look, if you're going to say stuff like that, say it on the phone. Didn't your mama teach you that?
Yeah.
If you don't want it to be put out there, don't say that stuff on the phone or text or something.
Right.
You said it in the wide open. And Dawn's been around this game. Shoot, I've been following her since '89. She's been around the game for a minute, and she's well accomplished. And along the way, you do develop some allies in the media. They told her out of good faith because they knew that person was wrong. Yeah, and Dawn knows that person is wrong. Of course, the messy side of me wants to know who the it was that said it. But Dawn is classy in how she's going to handle it. But the fact she put that out there, man, come on, man.
Yeah,
but that's my code. I appreciate Dawn for defending her players. Because who else is going to defend them? And I'm sure their parents appreciated that.
Yes, right. Armani, what's your coat moment?
Oh, man, I'm coping with my buddies Mavericks. Not looking too good. Not looking too good, y'all. Looking on the cusp of missing the play-in with Luka and Kyrie in your backcourt. Listen, I'm sorry, Mavs fans. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. You got two ball-dominant players, which they do good. They do all right together, but you don't have a team around them to help them. So I mean, now you on the outside looking into the playoffs, which is unacceptable. Now what you gonna do? So hey, I'm coping with y'all. I understand. I hate to say I told you so, but told you so.
Yeah, Dallas has taken a free fall. Only like they have a parachute to slow them down. So I don't think if they're going to even make the playoffs. It's going to even the like you say, even the play in. And Mark Cuban should be sitting there probably trying to go find somebody to help him on Shark Tank, come up with a way to help his team.
Yeah,
something.
But
something.
But they shouldn't fall far though. If they're parachuting, if it's a flat Earth type situation, they shouldn't fall that far, right?
Oh, they're the flat Earth.
So yeah, we'll see. Because right now, I mean, it's not looking too shabby for them.
Right.
It's not looking good. Because I think they're the 10th or 11th seed, maybe something like that.
Ooh.
So I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all.
So. My coat moment goes to Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Angels. I know he got to be probably running his head against the wall or probably driving with a blindfold on, anything, because he took a 1-0 lead into the 8th inning, 12 strikeouts. He got some hits and lost 2-1. I know he got to say, okay. Can y'all? I mean, I shut them down. What more do you all want? What more you want? So, yeah, my moment is Shohei Ohtani. It's gonna be like that all year, my brother. So
get used to it. Yeah,
I'll cope with it.
Facts.
It's gonna be like that.
All right. I in my haste. And I know they're going to beat me down. I forgot to say good morning to the nation because they are wide open today. They got a bunch of comments, a bunch of dope notes, and we're going to jump right into it. It's wide open. Let's get here. Joe Black said, "What up, guys?" Joe Black is still in YouTube purgatory. One day, Joe Black.
Joe. I'm still petitioning, dude.
Tony Ciorini says, "Sunny and beautiful up here in Canada, Victoria, British Columbia."
That's why he be cussing. He's cussing because he's from Canada. I get it, dude. It's cold up there. Tony, I am actually going to forgive you for cussing slightly.
Let's just have a special guest, Kelly Nicole.
Kelly Kell.
Hey, y'all. She's here today. No hair appointment, no nail appointment. She's ready to go, fresh off her trip
40.
to Disney World. So I know they had a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Black said, "Dope. Caitlin Clark performs against South Carolina last night." We're going to get into that because, I mean, Steph Curry in a dress. Steph Curry in a dress.
Yeah.
Kelly said, "Your fish dating suspect last night."
Indeed.
We'll get into that. Mari Thor says, "Good morning, Reverend Night Nation." With about his Hurricanes. Joe Black, Armani, you said make a run at Lamar. Lamar is 1-3 in the playoffs. What makes you think he can make a run?
I'm glad you know what, and I'm glad you brought that up. What was Matt Ryan at Lamar Jackson's age in the playoffs? Yeah,
mighty quiet.
I just want to know because I mean, and Lamar Jackson hasn't had the pleasure of having Julio Jones, Roddy White, Tony Gonzalez, Michael Turner, Harry Douglas. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
We're not comparing apples to apples.
We're not comparing apples to apples here. So let's not do that. If you want to open one door, let's make sure we open all them doors.
Okay, the door is gonna be open in a few minutes. What a horrible statement from our staff. Can't believe they said that. Mari Thor said, "Nope, the idiot who ran onto the field at stadium for a marriage proposal.
I seen that this morning.
He got tackled by Terry, the linebacker.
Yeah.
The offense linebacker. He got nailed. I hope she said yes, though.
I heard Goldberg.
It might have been worth it. She said yes. It was worth it.
Hey.
Yeah,
his
she did.
ribs all busted up.
She said yes?
Yeah, she did.
Okay. It was worth it then. Okay. Go bail him out. He'll be okay.
Oh, he got annihilated.
Got scared. I'm sorry.
That security guy was parallel with the ground when he launched.
And
that was a good form tackle.
Yes, it was. I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, okay, I'll give it a 10. Yeah.
He's gonna have his pro day coming up soon.
Hey, Arthur Blank sign and put some money on it.
Yeah.
Don't let it get away from the Rams.
Put some money somewhere.
Yes, he accepted his proposal, and yeah, Maurice said she did at the police station
because he did go to jail.
Joe Black said, "Nope, the Braves' home opener won't have a first pitch. Won't be better than Houston's." And
yeah. All right, my bad. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Sighting, and that's what we're gonna call it, a sighting.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Megan Thee Stallion, and the truth be told, and I hate to say this, I'm not sexist or racist or anything. She threw a better pitch than 50 Cent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that wasn't bad.
35-degree, whatever that was.
Yeah, because he threw it over there. He almost hit somebody like in so, who he was throwing to.
Right. That wasn't bad for that wasn't bad.
Dope. Maurice said our Hawkeyes. We're gonna get into that. He said, "Cope, no Rev or Red on the show. The show must go on.
Show must go on." And
then I'm gonna do the old country version. You're darn tootin', we're wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Go Canes. All right.
They finna lose tonight. Don't worry.
Don't
worry. Don't worry. They're gonna be the Canes at the end of the tournament.
Them Huskies gonna get on them. Hey, I forgot to slam down the gavel to start the show. Prez will be disappointed in me.
Yeah, I don't know what Thomas is, but he's probably fly fishing, chasing
at Lake Oconee or something.
Yeah, something crazy, something wild. It's a good day for fishing too, so he probably is fishing.
Yeah, he might be going after Loch Ness Monster. Who knows? Ain't no telling with him. He's always wide open. But
he's bucket naked box fishing in Birmingham.
There we go. That was a good one. All
right. We know that the men have the Final Four today, March Madness. We got Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. Then we got UConn and Miami. Let's talk about Florida Atlantic and San Diego State. Who do you guys think will pull that one out? Either one of you can go first.
I think San Diego State has the edge on that. Their defense is going to be the key to taking Florida Atlantic out. Well, first of all, the fact that those two teams are even in this thing, in the final game in Houston, Texas, says a lot about the damage that they inflicted along the way. So, hey, major props to them. But unfortunately, somebody's got to lose, and I think San Diego State's their defense and their experience, they might pull this off. I'm rooting for one of those schools to win it all, just because.
Okay, Armani.
It ain't gonna be Miami. It ain't gonna be Miami. I know that, Mr. Maurice Starwood, Mr. Miami Hurricane. Not this year, buddy. UConn gonna take you down today. Is it today or tomorrow? Today, y'all going down today. Just because all these hurricanes and tornadoes coming up through the Midwest, that don't mean that y'all gonna win the tournament. But it's gonna be a good game though, man. I think San Diego State. I think they'll beat Florida Atlantic. I think it'll be San Diego State and UConn for the national championship. And those hurricanes will be right back out to sea. So won't be no Go Canes this weekend.
Oh Lord. Armani just jumped right on Miami and just giving them an unholy
Baptism.
Oh, because they finna get baptized today.
I mean, looking at the first game, Florida Atlantic and San Diego State, I look at house money. What they got to lose? Nobody thought they were gonna make it there.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody but them thought they would go that far. So now it's like whoever played the hardest wins. Like I said, San Diego defense against Florida Atlantic, they can shoot, but San Diego, man, they like a good, well-coached football team playing basketball. Some of them need to be on the gridiron because they getting there and muck it up pretty bad. They get in there and they fight hard, and I do mean hard.
They make you play their style.
Yeah, they make you pay. You're gonna have to earn every shot. So, but I know a lot of people want Florida Atlantic and Miami to play in the finals. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but
ooh.
All right, Vincent, Armani pretty much destroyed Miami. We'll start with you first, Miami and UConn.
I think Miami has had a great run. Men and women's. And of course the women's are out of it, but the men, they're still holding on. They're going to give it one more go. But I think UConn is just going to remind people, hey, we wanted the Blue Bloods too. Y'all don't want to recognize it, but we still here. We're probably the reason a lot of y'all are going to watch the tournament because nobody knows. I mean, Miami is Miami, but you got a bunch of unknowns and unexpecteds. We'll say that. You got a bunch of unexpecteds in this Final Four. And I think UConn is just going to try to remind everybody, hey, we want to be back on top.
Yeah, and you look at Miami, the only thing about them is, just like a guy said on the TV, I want to see how they play when they don't have to come from behind so much.
Yeah.
Hold a lead. Can they get a lead, hold it, instead of being down by 10 and then have to try to come back, which they have done so far very well, come back and win. But against UConn, it may be a bit difficult.
Right.
Well, Maurice, I say this. Hey, you might have a little hope today because your football team ain't give you no hope in years. So, hey, your football team ain't been good in a couple years. So, hopefully your basketball team will give you a little bit of hope, but I don't think it's going to be today, sir.
Maurice is probably calling Kevin Ollie, and they probably talked about it, and they said,
"Yeah,
you do right." You right by here. Y'all make a win.
All right, let's see what the nation is saying that game. Maurice banged the gavel.
There you go, Maurice. You did a great job ending the show last week. Thank you.
Nick Saban Jr. said, "Good morning, everyone."
What's up, buddy?
Good morning, Nick. Maurice throws. I can see. I knew it. I can see all South Florida.
Oh my goodness!
All the gold teeth and everything. Boy, we can't have that.
Yeah, we can't have that.
We can't have that. Them country Bamas.
Alma Mater and Armani up. Here we go. Your basketball team choked like your football team. So what do you think?
Oh, the Alabama dig.
No.
Okay.
Hey, Brandon Miller.
Okay. You want to do it? You want to do it? We can do it. Okay. What has Miami done in football in the past 5 to 6 years to begin with? Nothing. Okay, cool. What has the basketball team done? Nothing. Oh, this is the furthest y'all made it. Okay, y'all made it further than our basketball team. Cool, I'll give you that. But as a school, it's not even close. It's not even close, man. It's okay. Listen. Cheer on your team today. I'm sure you're proud of your alma mater, like you said, getting as far as they did. But it's just not going to be today. It's just not going to be today. I'm just here to break it to you. Now, if I'm wrong, call me out. But it's just not going to be today.
Armani said Miami will not, and I repeat, will not go any further than today. So today it ends. So we're going to look forward to those two games. Now, unfortunately for them, and I want to see Armani's gone, but he'll be back, I guess. Let me see.
He must have got a top secret message from the Pentagon.
So I guess he'll be back. It's going to be interesting to see the viewership for the game, because there's something else going on at the same time, and I don't know if you know it, Vince, but a lot of folks are going to be watching WrestleMania.
Oh, WrestleMania is going to win. They're going to win that all day.
You got WrestleMania coming up, and it's like, here we go. You got them.
What city is WrestleMania in this year?
Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
At SoFi Stadium.
Yeah, their ratings, their viewership is gonna it will trump the men's Final Four games tonight easily.
Yeah, because you got some that event. You know, it draws. People can say what they want about wrestling, but WrestleMania draws millions of people.
Oh, every year it's entertainment, whether you believe it real or not. It's a scripted, great form of entertainment, and we all grew up watching, you know, whatever version of it. I grew up watching it was called NWA wrestling at the time, until I think they wanted to change their name just to get away from the NWA rap group that just had come out in the late 80s. But the National Wrestling Alliance,
right?
Tully Blanchard, Dusty Rhodes, Magnum TA, the Rock and Roll Express, Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen. Man.
Yeah, that
wrestling is always going to win viewership. Always.
I think Armani is back now.
Yeah, sorry, y'all. I had to open the door. Sorry.
Oh, we thought that the Pentagon had sent you a top secret mission.
Oh no!
They said if you choose to accept this mission,
not today. I'm on leave. I'm good.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
You didn't go AWOL, did you, bro?
No, I ain't go AWOL. I got authorized leave, and I'm taking it because I've been working my behind off for the past month. I'm on leave. They better not ask me to do nothing. I'm not answering no work calls, no nothing.
Well, we appreciate your service as always.
Of course. That's
awesome. There's a drone flying over your house, by the way.
I hope not. That's the last thing I need.
Honey,
big Almas.
He yanked the cables out.
Man, hey man, I finally found my man. You know, it's all right. We're gonna be back.
Ready.
We got you ready. Big Al.
And I can't wait. I cannot wait. I can't wait for college football this season. Y'all ain't gonna. Oh, and if we go all the way, y'all ain't gonna stand me. Y'all ain't gonna stand me.
It's gonna be Rev and Red.
Yeah, y'all gonna have a battle. All right, now the ladies. It's ladies' night last at Dallas, and you had two games that just showcase why that made the ladies feel good. You had LSU and Virginia Tech and Carolina at our. We start first with the LSU Virginia Tech game. What are your thoughts? And
Virginia Tech had that game, by the way. We were sitting there watching. Now LSU came out like gangbusters. They jumped on them early, and then, you know, it took about a quarter and some change for Virginia Tech to get settled, and then they start hitting their shots. You know, because they were having trouble with Angel Reese down low. Morrison looked uncharacteristic of herself. She was throwing up some weird shots, and they weren't going in, of course. But LSU started to get away from what they're good at, which is really the inside. With Deja Williams and Angel Reese. And then you got Flage, the rapper, outside, you know, that can shoot. But like I said, Morrison, she was just off. But Virginia Tech, they started to shoot themselves in the foot. And I'm going to give them credit. Their fans, they were there. You know, from where we were sitting, they were off to the right. They were bringing it. They were supporting. They were trying to wheel their girls over that finish line, but they just fell apart. They fell apart, and the Mulkey Raiders is what I call them. Mulkey got our team into the championship, and this is their second year.
Okay, Armani.
Y'all know I don't like nothing LSU. Not the basketball team, football team, the golf team, the tennis team,
Volleyball.
lacrosse, the boat team. I don't like none of them. But I mean, I gotta give it to them though. I mean, they played a good game. They got behind, like you said, they got behind early, and then they ended up coming back. And Alexis Morris, I mean, 27 points. That was pretty good. So that was I'm sorry, y'all, my son. That was pretty good. So I mean, then you like you said in the second year, that's not bad. So a title appearance, let's see what comes out of it. It's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle for the and I mean the ladies they just outshining the men's right now. I just ain't nothing we could do about it. I mean, they just been doing their thing. So shout out to the women's college basketball. I mean, it's been exciting.
Better product. They put a better product on the floor. And when the tournament time started, that's when the lights shine their brightest. And women were doing the most. They were doing the best. And people were like, we might want to pay attention to what's going on over there.
Yeah, because it got real. Say, especially yesterday, it got real yesterday.
It really
that was a good game.
Oh, I would love to see what that viewership was, because I guarantee it was
through the roof.
6, 7 million. Because
highest has been probably.
Oh, I can guarantee it. I'm sure they broke records last night.
Yeah,
with our game against Iowa.
Yeah,
great showing.
You look at those games, and we're going to get into Iowa in South Carolina. That first game, everybody thought Virginia Tech had it sewn up, and LSU went berserk in the fourth quarter and just willed. They were down by I think 15 points, and they just got on fire when it needed to and decided to win. And Virginia Tech, when a team is playing like the hair on fire, the only thing you can do is stand back, or you can try to defend it, but sometimes you just can't stop them, which is going to lead us into. And Vince, I'm going to tell you right now, if you need to get off the air for a minute, it's okay. We're going to let you go, and unless all the tears came out last night.
Oh yeah, tear ducts are dry. They're dry.
Because we're going to talk about Iowa and South Carolina. Iowa won by 5 points. Yeah, it was a battle all game long, back and forth. It seemed like, but I'm gonna let you all talk, and then I'm gonna say what I got to say. Go ahead, Vince.
Well, this was the showdown that's been 2 years in the making, because last year, Iowa drew the Greensboro bracket where we were. And, of course, that matchup never happened because it was going to happen in Greensboro. But Creighton decided they want to change up some stuff and create some upsets. So Creighton took them out. And, of course, we never got to play Iowa. So fast forward 365 days, here we are again. Now the matchup is going to happen. And it happened. And it lived up to its billing. Of course, as a fan and really as anybody watching it, you saw early on, because Caitlin Clark is going to be who she is.
Yeah.
But you saw early on the way, that's what we were worried about. When the refs started making the calls that they were making, I knew we were in trouble. I knew we were in trouble. The way they were calling that game, if we didn't get a big lead to compensate for the crap that the refs were going to give us, I knew we were in trouble, and that's how it was. Clark did her thing. She shoots from – she has no range. She really doesn't. She has no range. When she comes – her range begins when she comes across the timeline. Yeah. And our team is typically a man defensive team. Why we didn't have Bree Beal on her to start the game, I'm not the coach. I'm not an expert. Maybe you did that to switch it up because they thought that Bree was going to be on her, but they decided to throw Kiera Fletcher on her and she got abused. But I think the main thing that happened with us, Clark is going to do what she's going to do, but if you double her, watch the other players. And we couldn't get past the slip screens because we were undisciplined because we felt, okay, my girl is getting the business. Let me go up here and help her. And then guess what happens to your man? Slips right behind you. And
Right.
it's easy. Clark is one of the best assist people. She's one of the best assist, dishers in the league in women's basketball. She scores, but if you worry about her scoring and you feel that you need to come out there and double her, man, she's got wide open teammates who understand their job. Number 25 and number 20, my job is to be ready because 22 is going to get that ball over here in case they try to double her up. And our bigs just could not maintain their discipline to stay in the paint. I couldn't tell you how many paint points we got. I probably counted 16, maybe. Yeah. And Clark is going to do what she's going to do. You go back and defend and successfully defend those back cuts and those slip screens. That's the difference in the ball game, in my opinion. Clark is going to do what she's going to do.
Yeah.
But the other stuff, and I'm taking the refs outside. I'm taking, even though they suck, their bias calls, it was almost like the Michael Jordan thing. You just touch it, oh, it's a foul. Touch up, it's a foul. So that changed the complexity of the game. Mentality, Boston was done. When you are up here, when you got to play up here and worry about what the Zebras are doing and not what those five players on the other side of the ball is doing, you're going to lose. And that's what happened. That's what happened. The refs called us out and we weren't disciplined on back cuts and slip screens.
Armani?
South Carolina, I think they just kind of got out of their game. It seems like they started doing things that they don't normally do. And when you start doing that, instead of sticking with the game plan, you kind of lose sight of what got you there in the first place. So, I felt like that's what South Carolina did. And, they fell up short, letting a few easy things go. When you have a great shooter like Caitlin, you got to get on her. You got to get on her, and then if the guy that you got, the person that you got on her not working, you got to switch it up. Man not working, start playing some zone. So it was a good game. It was a really good game, but South Carolina the refs got in their head and they got out of their game plan, and that was a recipe for destruction. So they kind of destructed themselves out of the basketball game. So and then they let Caitlin she got hot. She just got hot at the right time. So the game could have been won, but hey, for those them and South Carolina had a great season. They got far, coming off a championship run last year. It's okay. You're not gonna win them all. Trust me. You're not gonna win them all, but respect to both programs because they played good games. So ain't nothing to hold your head over and be upset about. Not gonna win it every year. It's not, that's just the nature of the business. What goes up, let's come down.
Speaking of what goes up and come down, somebody just came in and come down. Ladies and gentlemen, stop what you're doing. It's the Rev.
What's good? What's good, everybody?
What's happening, Rev?
I had to take care of some pastoral duties before I came to take care of my Red and Rev sports show duties.
Of course.
What's going on? What are we talking about?
We're talking about the big game.
Our South Carolina game. And I was going to go to Vince's point. When you mentioned about Caitlin Clark, and I got to check, I think I'm right. She either assisted or scored on every point in the fourth quarter. That's amazing.
She did.
Yeah.
What do you do to? Why are you not doubling? You put 3 girls on her, and you make the other team be. But then again, like you said, when they didn't figure out that slip screen, they were backdoor cutting and killing them because she was passing the ball. And so did not adjust to make that to stop their play. They thought their defense could hold. You're looking at Steph Curry in shorts in the female version with Caitlin Clark because she didn't care how she scored or who scored, she made a way for her team to score, and that was just almost 40 points straight in two straight games. That just
Mm-hmm.
that's hard to stop, but it could have been stopped. So
Well, I don't think it could have been stopped. I think having Bree Bill on her to start the game, it would have changed up how she played because
Yeah.
Bill is our best defender. Now, Clark is going to do what she's going to do. Let's say it didn't work out with Bill. She's going to do what she's going to do. It's the other players you got to worry about. And if you think you're going to, oh God, my teammate is getting cooked, let me go up and help her. That right there, that discipline or lack thereof, your man just slipped right behind you, straight to the basket. It's that one of the easiest plays in basketball. You're aggressive up here, I'm going to slip right behind you for the easiest bucket. And when that starts mounting up, man.
It's almost as dangerous as the pick and roll, which is just one of the simplest forms. And
Exactly.
If you're not enough to handle it, you get destroyed by it every time. And that's what Carolina really allowed too many points by letting it go. Rev, your opinion on the Iowa South Carolina game?
To be honest, I left that game wondering, is Dawn Staley more of a great recruiter than she is a great coach?
Uh-oh.
I really left that game wondering that because she's had great success. She's won 2 championships. The 2 championships that she won, she always had the best player on her team. We know Boston is a baller, but we know that Caitlin Clark is the truth, and she deserved. From the little that I've seen of her, I just saw one game last night. She was better than advertised. But I think Dawn Staley did not make hardly any adjustments when it was very clear that Iowa's game plan was to pack the lane. That showed you their mission was to take Boston and the other 6'6", 6'7" girls out the game. And I think I was listening to Vince. He said the refs, calling crap. I think it wasn't necessarily crap in my opinion. I just think that the girls from South Carolina were not prepared for Iowa to pack it in as they did. And for South Carolina's guards not even to look to shoot the ball showed me that they were ill prepared. For almost 4 quarters, it was almost like, I guess now I got to take this 3. The girl from Georgia who got hurt last year, the point guard that, comes off the bench. She wound up hitting like 3 threes, but it was almost like, well, I got nothing else to do because I can't pass it, so let me go ahead on and hoist a 3-pointer. They should have gone into the game understanding that the guards are going to have to be the ones to make shots. They had to be mentally prepared to shoot the ball, and they were not mentally prepared to shoot the ball. Everybody wasn't mentally prepared to shoot the ball except for the little guard. What's her name? Scott?
Zaya Cook.
Zaya Cook. She killed him at the end with 2 costly turnovers. And then also we could talk about the free throw shooting. But then I go back to Dawn Staley's coaching. I think she, like many black coaches do, when you see an all-white team, you might undermine their ability to play ball and to be as athletic as they wound up being. Because it was almost like Dawn says, I know I have all this depth on my team. I know I got at least one person at periods of time during the game that can stay in front of this girl. And yet she's cooking you. The game plan should have changed when Caitlin had 9 points in the first quarter.
Yeah.
So that's when you got to know I got to make adjustments or give her a different look. Meet her with a double team before she comes across the half-court line, so she has to give the ball up. Let somebody else from Iowa be the facilitator for that game. Make Caitlin have to run off screens and play off the ball because it's clear she seemed like she's more comfortable when she has the ball in her hands. So those were the adjustments that weren't made during that game that really caused me to start scratching my head, wondering, yo, Dawn, like you're a great recruiter. This is a time to show that you're a great coach because obviously Iowa gave her a look that she wasn't prepared for. So now there got to be some in-game adjustments, and there were absolutely no in-game adjustments. And really, South Carolina should have won despite Alicia Boston not having one of her best games. They should have still won. Had the difference in the game was free throw shooting.
Yeah,
and we've been bad for
that big girl. I forget her name. The big girl from Iowa. She had 4 clutch free throws. Then Caitlin hits those 4 to ice the game. And then coaching. How in the world is Caitlin getting the ball twice when you know you're going to foul the player to send them to the free throw line? That is inexcusable. Even if you got to triple team her, you don't let her touch the ball in those situations. And I mean, I applaud the kind of shape that she's in. Lord knows she could probably run a marathon, as many people that they threw on her. But regardless of how in shape she is, South Carolina, like Dawn Staley should have been like, if she touches the ball, you come into the bench. There is absolutely no way, even if you got to take a player off the ball and double her, you do that. Because you know if she goes to the free throw line, it's over. I thought, okay, she got the first time. Now you're going to let her out of a timeout get the ball again to ice the game? So Dawn Staley came up very small as a coach on yesterday. I don't know if she underestimated Iowa. She may have overestimated her team, and rightfully so. You win 42 ball games in a row, undefeated. So, you got a certain mindset about your team. But Iowa, when I saw that they could not get away from Iowa or even keep a substantial lead, because I think the biggest lead that they had over Iowa was 1 point the whole night. When they could not get a substantial lead, she should have known, look, I got to make some adjustments because we're not pulling away. And maybe she thought her depth, like the other games, was going to be the difference maker. But Iowa's girls stayed there toe-to-toe. They did not fall. That girl, Caitlin, hit 2 clutch threes when South Carolina was making a run in the fourth quarter to spread that lead out. But you got to show different looks. And Dawn just played her straight up the whole game. And you got to start showing some double teams. Give her different looks so she can't get comfortable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, I mean, Iowa was 14 for 14 at the free throw line. I mean, free throws was, out of control. I mean, they were hitting every shot. They had a higher 3-point percentage, higher field goal percentages. So, I mean, she should have adapted. Sometimes it's not about size, speed, talent, but adaptability. So, that's part of being a coach. Sometimes you're not going to always have the best talent. Even if you got the best talent, the other team can do what they can do to counter that, and then you have to adapt. That's part of being a good coach. So, hey, shout out to Iowa. I mean, they had the better game. I'm not going to necessarily say they were the better team. They were the better team yesterday, though.
Well, they had the better game plan. Yeah, you're right.
Better game.
I would love.
Go ahead, Vince. I'm sorry.
I would love to be a fly in that huddle, listening to Coach Boyer and Coach Fred and Coach Jolette into what they could have been telling Dawn. Because out of 4 of y'all got to make those adjustments. Because guess what? I've been following this team forever. I've seen her make those adjustments before. That dribble drive that Vic Schaefer used to run down there at Mississippi State, that used to frustrate the crap out of us. And she finally figured out she played a man zone, and it killed it. And Vic didn't know what to do with it. Mm-hmm. And we killed him. So I know she can make adjustments. I think it could have been arrogance or whatever. Just like you said, Rev, she was relying on her depth. But, dude, you got to do something different because Clark is going to do what she's going to do. I remember Gary Payton saying, look, you're not going to stop Michael Jordan. My job was to bother him. My job was to try and keep him or make it hard for him to get the basketball because even Gary Payton knew you're not going to stop Michael Jordan. Caitlin Clark is going to do what she's going to do. Make it hard for her to get the ball because her teammates rely on her to have the ball, whether she's shooting or passing.
Right.
Yeah.
She's more dangerous, in my opinion, when she passes.
Yeah.
Because if she just took away 2 players, guess how many defenders are still left? And guess how many teammates she has left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got the advantage.
Yeah.
Yep.
She didn't make the adjustments, and she's got to live with that. She's got to live with that because you had a great group, and you let that group down.
And I think she's also learned that she should not go through another recruiting cycle without getting some shooters. I mean, that's just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
That you can have anybody who can hit a consistent 3 with as many recruits that she can get across the nation. I mean, it was just mind-boggling. Because when I'm looking at them pack the lane, and one time they showed on television on a replay when they saw the girl from Georgia, the point guard, was she number 35, I think, something like that. What's her name, Vince? You know.
Shoot.
She went to Westlake.
It escapes me, but I know who you're talking about.
So Caitlin was supposed to be Gardner, but she was packing the lane, and when an old girl from Westlake got the ball, she just whatever. She self-checked.
Yeah.
I mean, she was giving I ain't trying to throw no shade, Coach, but she was giving her the Westbrook treatment. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like that. That's when you got to be like, you're not gonna disrespect me.
Right.
Period.
Right.
You know, okay. I'm self-checked. I'm gonna show you. And even when the girl she hit finally 3 in a row. She didn't shoot the ball with confidence. She was still guessing. She should have just been, I hit 3 in a row. If they're going to keep me open, I'm going to shoot this ball with confidence because part of being a good shooter is you got to be prepared to shoot the ball and you got to have confidence that you can make the shot. And those girls did not have the confidence that was necessary for them to make shots at the rate that they needed to in order to beat Iowa. But, Iowa's coach was the better coach. On yesterday, for sure, Caitlin was the best player on the court. I would have liked to seen South Carolina, if you're not going to double, play on her right hand. I want her to show me that she can blow by me with the left hand. Show that to me. Because every time she would go left, she went left to get back right. So if I'm coaching her, I'm coaching against her, I'm telling my defender, okay, once she catches the ball, get up on that right hand, force her left. Yeah. And let's see if she can blow by me with as much speed as she's been doing on the right side.
There you go.
Don't play her straight up. Play her on her left hand. And those are the type of things that you have to do to make things uncomfortable for a player. So, go ahead.
I'm looking at if at one point you won a 14 from the 3-point line, why not dribble down and shoot dribble down a little bit and shoot?
They didn't have any confidence because
they had no time. Yeah.
They didn't even have to settle for threes. I mean, they just brought the ball in the paint and shot the mid-range. But that shows you how the game has changed because they didn't even think mid-range. Nope. It was either I got to get the ball right at the basket for a putback or I'm forced to shoot this 3-point shot. Because mid-range shots were there the entire game. But then that goes back to coaching. Like when you have your shoot-arounds, you put your players in the shoot-around where they're going to get their game shots. So if I'm Dawn Staley, knowing I got this size advantage, all right, I'm sure this was not the first game, and Vince could probably tell us better, that a team packed it inside.
Every game is every game.
South Carolina got I don't know if there's hardly any other team that got 3, 6, 6, 6, 7. I didn't see another team besides the girl who had
Stanford.
Okay, Stanford and Tech had that tall girl as well. But They should be knowing all year long, because they're going to pack it in. These are your game shots every game. You got to be prepared to take these shots right here, mid-range, and also the open threes when you have. And for them not to even be looking for their shot. Because in that game, you have to say, look, Boston, they're packing it in on you. So right now, they're neutralizing you.
Exactly.
So you just going to have to get yours off offensive rebounds. We're going to be taking open, quality shots, but they weren't prepared to shoot them because they were spending all day long trying to do the high-low, trying to run that big at the free throw line so they can get that high-low so they can throw it over the defense. And Iowa was like, not today. We got all our guards stacked back there. So y'all high-low situations today. Go ahead, Cole.
Did run some good ball screens down low, but they missed a lot of layups too. They missed a layup. They're coming shot.
And we have historically missed those bunnies. We have historically missed those. So our little inequities, our little things that we could have improved on throughout those little things caught up with us. We have historically been an awful, and I mean a god awful, free throw shooting team. We already knew that. We miss our layups. We miss those bunnies. You get a 6'7" player, you get the ball up here. That ball should, number one, should never come down.
Right.
Yeah. That's number one.
Yeah.
Number two,
Definitely.
You got the ball up here. What are you thinking about? There is no thinking. Put it back up. Oh, and how about you use that little white box? That they even put a white border around that little box that if you put the ball in that area, more likely it's going to go in. So all of our little things, our little quirks, the little things that make us bad, it was perfect storm, and they all just came together at one point, along with the coaching and not or lack thereof, making adjustments, and it was a perfect storm, and we only lost by like 3-4 points.
Yep, y'all were there. Y'all were definitely there. Free throw. Boston has 2 critical ones down the stretch.
Oh my God. Yeah, she's one of our better shooters on the line.
Yeah, and I saw a guy. He played back in the days. He didn't shoot a lot of threes. He's a left-handed guy. He used to shoot a lot of mid-range jumpers. I think he played at Morehouse. I think he shot a lot of mid-range jumpers. He made most of them and parlayed it into a good scoring type. I don't know why he didn't make the NBA, but things happen. Oh, hey, Rev, how you doing?
Hey, the mid-range, man, that mid-range, those points add up. I'd rather two somebody to death than shoot threes ad nauseum and not hit them.
Yeah, society has that the three is the most important shot in America. When you did, like Rev say every week, when you got these guys like Joel Embiid, big old clowns out there shooting threes instead of packing down Anthony Davis, instead of packing down low. It's ridiculous, man, how the big man game has just gone. Everybody's turning to threes thinking that's a solution.
Yeah. Well, Coach, to that point, let's shift gears, and if you don't mind me shifting real quickly, because you start talking about big man and being down low. And here's the question: have the ladies surpassed the men in college basketball? When we watch the women's game, that is more classic basketball than college basketball and even NBA basketball now. Like when we're seeing high-low situations, the way South Carolina still plays through the post. We saw Vitek with the big white girl. They played in the post. You got the girl Reese from LSU gets the ball in the post. You start seeing what basketball used to look like back in the day, where you start in and work yourself out, rather shoot out than try to get back in. So, when it comes to college basketball, it's not even close that college women's basketball is by far, and we can put all the A's and the R's that we want to in far, has surpassed men's basketball. Part of it is you got star power. Star power. You can market stars. I had not watched a complete college basketball game, men or women, all year long. I've seen bits and pieces of it, but I watched every second of the women's Final Four yesterday, and those games were excellent games because you had star power. You had folk that you could see one day playing in the WNBA. And I said this in one of my posts after the game. We saw more future WNBA stars in yesterday's Final Four than we have seen for NCAA men's basketball the entire season.
Yep. Easily.
We couldn't name a men's player to say, I can't wait to see him.
Can't wait to see him. Like people want to talk about that young kid Miller.
Man, please.
At the end of the day, he looked like Jared Culver to me, and I seen what Culver looked like in the NBA. But when you see Caitlin Clark, that's must-see TV.
That's must-see TV. Yeah.
Mr. Boston, the way she can go in the post, that's must-see TV. Sister Reese at LSU, that's must-see TV. And that's just 3 right there. In South Carolina, their bench players are the equivalent to what we may call the stars in men's basketball now. Like there are a lot of cooks in men's basketball, but there's no Boston. There's no Caitlin Clark. There's no Reese.
Right.
And I tell you, man, the women's game and it's really been going on for years now.
That's why I'm a fan.
Yeah, I will watch more women's basketball going forward. Like if I need my college basketball fix outside of my HBCU, I'm just watching it because I'm a fan of HBCU since I'm a graduate. But if I need to watch it on television like ESPN and all that stuff, women's basketball is where it's at. And I like the fact that, they got the rule in place. They can't declare. You can't tell me if Caitlin Clark were eligible, she wouldn't be the number 1 pick.
Oh, yeah.
But they kept saying she's not eligible. Now I'm trying to figure out how the women have allowed that. And I guess they made a pact to say, look, we don't want to dilute the product. Because really,
that's smart.
For the women's case, it's really anticlimactic when they go to the WNBA, to be honest. It's more fanfare playing in college.
Yes.
Yeah, it
because
is.
they have an automatic fan base.
Mm-hmm.
In the pros, like if you take somebody like Boston going from South Carolina to the WNBA, she's going to not be accustomed playing in front of a whole bunch of empty seats.
Yeah.
Because that's what's going to happen.
And the Indiana Fever have the first pick, and more than likely, that's where she's going to go.
Okay.
Indiana. And I've seen their home games, and you're right, Rev. Boston's used to having 10. We average 13,000 people that show up in our home arena every home game.
Wow.
13, and capacity is 18.
Wow. And that's a lot.
She's used to that. Yeah. And she's been used to that for 4 years. Yeah. So you're right. She's about to get a culture shock.
Where the fan?
She's about to get a culture shock.
I ain't going to Indiana. That's why I come back. Let me back.
Exactly.
But you know what, Coach, to that point, I wonder if those girls might come back.
They are the last group that has that COVID year to use.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what
I would do it.
I don't know if they want to leave college basketball with that bitter pill to swallow. Now, that would hurt the girls, the studs that Dawn Stilly got coming in.
They'll be all right. They got to learn. I already know who they are.
I think that transfer portal might be working in South Carolina if they stay.
Yeah.
Quite positive.
Rev, to your point, look at the teams in the men's final. Florida Atlantic, San Diego State, Miami, and the Blue Bloods of women's basketball are going to continue to be there at the top. You ain't going to get the scrubs in there. The women, if you're dominant, you're going to be in the finals or close to the South Carolina. You're going to see South Carolina. Gino would have been there if half his team didn't get hurt in UConn. Stanford, those teams are going to be there. You look at the seeds. You didn't have anything less than a 3 seed in that final.
Yes.
Less than a seed. In the women.
Well, this year is when March Madness went wrong.
Yeah,
It was March.
We love upsets, but we don't want too many upsets.
Right.
It was too many upsets.
Now, this I'm willing to put everything in my savings, and I got a little money in the savings now. I'm willing to put everything in my savings that this will be the least watched Final Four in probably decades.
Yes.
Because nobody's getting excited about Florida Atlantic.
Nope.
Nobody's getting excited about San Diego State. Only people in Miami and Maurice Thrower are getting excited about.
He's the only one. He can't duplicate himself. Maurice can't duplicate himself. He's going to have to go to every household in South Florida to get the Nielsen ratings, and they still ain't going to be enough.
I mean, but that's just where we are in college, in men's college basketball.
It's trash,
man. And we talked about it, Rev. We said they got to fix this. They got to fix this because I mean, you can take 5, 6.
But go ahead, they ain't fixing it because the new CBA was just signed yesterday for 7 years. So we're gonna have at least 7 more years of this trash. Because in my opinion, they should let the kids get 1 year. If they want to go pro, let them throw themselves out there. Let them, do what they're going to do. But if they go to college, they need to stay at least 2. I would say 3, but, since they've been letting them go, I was fair. No less than 2.
All right, stop for a minute because there's something y'all need to see.
Oh, what's going on, man? I've never seen. Well, I can't say I've never seen Red in the suit, but it's not too many times I see him in the suit. What's going on, Red?
And he's not going to court.
Don't worry about looking at the camera, man. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the road.
Oh, don't worry. My eyes on the road. How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Hey, our condolences to you and your family, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Vincent.
Yeah, extend our condolences to you. Real quickly,
thank you, Real.
We're gonna switch gears because we well beyond halftime part. That's my fault. I came in late myself. Do you have any thoughts about the women?
Man, look, the fact that y'all got me, Red, the #1 guy against ladies in athletics, the fact y'all got me watching Caitlin Clark pull out her Kobe imitation last night. I mean, that girl is the truth. I don't get too many women athlete praises, but Caitlin Clark, you go, girl. You are the truth, man. I mean, I have never wanted to watch a woman play basketball more than I want to watch Caitlin Clark play. I mean, I wish she was African American instead of European American, but still, race don't even matter in this fact. The fact this girl got talent, she is a baller, and man, good luck, LSU, because y'all got a task on your head trying to stop that girl. You see, Don Staley couldn't stop her, so Kim Monkey, you can put your Pepto-Bismol dress on if you want to. You can try to put on another dress, but whatever. I hope you're ready for Caitlin Clark, because she coming, baby. That girl is coming. Caitlin Clark, you go, girl, from red to you. Caitlin Clark, the truth.
Beat LSU. I don't care what y'all beat LSU. I don't care what y'all got to do.
That's Alabama's rival.
I don't care what y'all got to do. Run up the score. I don't care if it's 140 to 88. Run the score up. Please don't let LSU win. I ain't got time.
And I'm with you on that, Armani, because ever since Kim came over to the league, her presence is just annoying. And so we South Carolina fans, we're kind of torn. Okay.
Hey, Vince, that dress was annoying yesterday. That's what you mean to say, right?
It was annoying. So we South Carolina fans, we're torn. Are we cool with Caitlin just getting our championship? ESPN's darling, they got her championship. Or
let her get it.
Want to get Kim Mulkey a ring after
No.
2 freaking years at that team, and we got to deal with that crap every year?
Don't give LSU nothing.
Don't give them
nothing.
Don't give them nothing. I'd rather Caitlin Clark win her championship and just be done with it, and she'll be back next year.
Yeah, she'll be back. Yeah,
So,
she'll be back.
Wait a minute. Caitlin Clark coming back?
She's a junior.
She's not eligible.
See?
She's not eligible.
That's why women's basketball is beyond men's basketball.
Dude, you're talking about
stars like Caitlin Clark. If she was a guy, she would have been gone after freshman year. But that's why women's basketball is above men's right now, because we already know we got another star, Caitlin Clark, coming back. You see, like Rev said, or like we all said, you come to school. You got to stay 2 or 3 years or don't come at all. I'm not going to mess my program up and kill the continuity because your 1 year wonder butt want to come to my program for 1 year, get all the accolades and leave. You ain't leaving me. You staying. You understand? Handcuff on your butt. We making them stay.
And to Red's point, so there was some early declarations for the draft. There was a cat from Kentucky named Hatchet.
Never heard of him.
Who?
I can't remember one meaningful thing that I've heard he's done. My mother's a UK fan. My first cousin is a big time UK fan. I've never seen one of them post anything about Hatchet.
Hatchet?
I mean,
hey, Vince, that sounds like somebody on NYPD Blue. Hatchet.
He's a classic detective.
Detective Hatchet.
The NBA is just drafting future bench warmers that they're gonna they're gonna give millions to, and it's just unfortunate, man. Because all of us, I think even Armani may be of age where we remember March Madness always accompanied at least one guy that was the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a few years ago you had John Wall, Anthony Davis. I mean, we're used to primetime March Madness in men's basketball, and the Blue Bloods were always there. Duke, UNC, Syracuse, they were always there, and now it's like we don't get that anymore, and it's disappointing and aggravating because it's like. And then you don't even know half the players that's even playing for these teams, and it's frustrating because you can tell the downslide and the downturn that men's basketball is taking. And it's like it's getting to the point where you don't even want to watch it. And we haven't been watching. I mean, I watched Alabama play, but that was it. That was it.
Well, here's the reality. College basketball has been hijacked by AAU basketball.
Ooh, yeah.
That's just the reality of the matter.
Yep.
You got these guys preying, preying,
yes, sir,
on these high school kids, where a lot of them don't come from the most stable backgrounds. Some of them don't have, father figures and so forth and so on. So now it's not about education. They can care less if they even get a high school diploma now. Because you can't be concerned about your kid getting a solid education when they're going to 4 different schools in 4 different years. You can't be serious about that. Because in order to flourish academically, you need to be in an environment that's a consistent environment.
Yeah.
So now it's about what is the best route for this kid who's suspected to be a top player at some point, an NBA draft pick. What's the easiest route or the quickest route to get them there? And now we're going to pay them. So now some of the talent that would normally be in college basketball is in the G League now.
Yeah.
Overseas. Because now education is devalued. And I'm not going to act like, folk who go to college for 1 year, they're about education. No, because they go to class first semester, and then once the season over, second semester, they're done. So I'm not going to act like, they're going there for the education. But at least there's more structure.
Yeah.
And if I'm a parent, even if I had a high-level kid, I'm going to say you're going to go to college 1 year rather than the pro because you're going to build up a fan base.
Yeah.
See, think about if Zion could stay healthy, think about all the folk in North Carolina who are rooting for him because of that 1 year at Duke.
Yeah.
You know, you think about all those folk who root. You mentioned John Wall, but you know he's a shell of himself now. But when John Wall was in the league playing for the
Big
Wizards,
hype.
good.
Big hype.
He loved them at Kent.
Love him.
You know, so that's why if I'm a parent, hey, we want to maximize your fan base.
Right.
And the best way to maximize it is you go to somebody's college, put in some work, and they will be your fans for the rest of your life. And if you ball out, you know where one place you can get a meal for free all year long. Mm-hmm. Go to that college town because Sister Boston for South Carolina, she ain't got to pay a dime to go eat anywhere in Columbia, South Carolina, maybe the entire state.
Yeah.
I mean,
I can say the same thing for Chris Paul at Wake Forest. I mean, exactly. he is a god at Wake Forest. I mean, he is worshipped at Wake Forest, and you know, it's
well earned. He earned that.
He earned that. Yeah, he was a phenomenon. I can say the same thing as Steph Curry. Even though Davidson Day is small around this Charlotte area, Steph Curry is the man.
Yes, sir.
So you know, that's what I would do too, Rev. I agree with you on that one.
Hey, it's kind of like me and Rev when we go back up to Mays High. We don't ever have to pay for anything in the cafeteria, boy. Nothing in the cafeteria. I mean, free lunch, free drink, everything. We are God up at that hill, man. So I understand.
Especially on pizza day, you know, them little rectangular pizzas. Armani, you don't know nothing about that, baby.
We had that in elementary school.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy, the kid from Kansas who got the best name in college basketball decided to go pro too.
Man,
What's his name, Coach?
I don't want to say.
Oh, Lord.
All right.
Is Mama Harris on here? If she's not, you can go ahead and say it.
So what?
He said Mama Harris is not on. Go ahead on. Spill the name.
His name Brady Dick.
Oh, man, yeah. Now,
Wait.
hey, now, that white kid going to be solid. He's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah.
We may have to wait 3 or 4 years. But he was one of the kids, I was like, you put some muscle on him, he's going to do all right because he can shoot. He got some athleticism. So I like Brother Dick.
Dog, I just like what I said.
He can stroke. He can stroke.
Pause.
Yeah, he can
Oh,
stroke.
did you say Rainy Dick?
Brady.
Brady.
Oh.
We're going to cut Red off before he gets crazy.
Yes, he's about to be inappropriate.
Hey, Coach, if you don't mind, man, we're going to do halftime right quick. We'll be right back. I changed up some stuff because, man, we almost spent 90 minutes on the first half. So,
What you been talking about?
yeah, the college basketball.
College basketball.
Man, y'all spent college basketball the whole first half.
It was good content. Go back and watch.
We'll be right back. We're gonna come back.
All right, y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all.
All right, Red.
All right, Red.
All right,
Later.
All right, man. Coach, I'm going to put us at halftime, and we'll be right back, okay?
Yes, sir. Do your thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll come right back. We're at halftime. And we are back on the Red and Red Sports Show. I got to thank Coach for holding the fort down while I was at a homegoing celebration. And I want to thank Vince for coming on, being a good replacement for me and Red while we were late. And he's been holding it down on other weeks as well. And we're glad to see Armani showed up this week as he left us hanging last week. But that's another story for another day. All right, let's see. Jerome K said, basketball is a business opportunity, not just a vehicle to a degree. And if basketball is refreshing, then a person has the right to pursue the path and the profession in the U.S. or globally. This is the way. I don't know if anybody was arguing that, though.
No, we weren't.
Okay.
I'm surprised he spelled everything correctly. And he used the correct punctuation. So, Jerome.
Yeah.
Good job, bro.
Good job, Jerome. Yeah,
you representing my Revenite Nation well.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody would disagree with that, but okay.
Nope.
All right,
no,
thanks
no
for sharing.
there.
All right, gentlemen. We're gonna go 5 for 5 real quickly. And I've changed some of the topics. Or I moved some of the topics because we spent a lot of time talking women's basketball. Probably that's the most we'll talk about it until next year.
You always have me here to represent.
Well, we probably gonna have to put you on during the year to let us get an update because most of us ain't gonna get excited until March Madness.
Well, I'll let you know. I'll be more than happy to do that.
All right, so just to give you all the topics in the head, and so you can get ready for, we got MLB opening day, Bronny James future, Magic, and the Commanders, the Falcons in their defensive moves, and Lamar Jackson trade demand. So we'll feast on these 5 topics real quickly, as Vince would normally say when he is in Revenite Nation, cue Lunits, and that's what we're about to do. We got 5 on it. Coach, get ready to start us on MLB Day. In 4, 3, 2, and 1. What you got for us, Coach?
I tell you what, it seems like it's going to be interesting. Braves decided to have a hot and cold game. They won the game but lost the start, which is going to be kind of rough. He's only going to miss a start. You got Aaron Judge hitting his first home run of the season, picking up where he left off in the regular season. You got Ohtani doing his thing, striking out 12, but still losing. Same old, what's his name, Angel. So, Verlander is hurt. So, we're going to Major League Baseball.
All right, Vince, what you got?
Wainwright singing the national anthem. Oh, that was the stuff of ages. Meg the Stallion. Wow. If I were every major league team, I would go find my version of that to start off the season with. And Aaron Judge, man, Aaron is basically saying, I'm going after that thing again. I'm a dog, and I'm going to keep reminding y'all I'm a dog. I was impressed.
Okay, my bad. Am I good to go? All right. I mean, Braves had a good 7-2 win over over Washington, and y'all know, Megan Thee Stallion was the talk of the MLB opening week. So, hey, we got some good stuff coming from MLB, man. I'm excited. Kind of upset that Max Fried went out, but hopefully he'll be able to come back. We'll see. We'll see.
All right, let's see what Revenite Nation got to say. He said, all right, that was bad. He's just making a point. Okay. All right, got you. Megan Thee Stallion.
Ooh, Lord. Ooh, Lord.
Now, I'm out the loop. Who's Megan Thee Stallion?
Oh, she's a rapper.
Yeah, rapper.
She can fit her pants. That's all I can say.
Okay. All right. I'll Google it once we get out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Check out her outfit.
She'll make you get your prep towel and go like this.
You stupid, man. Oh my goodness.
He has to go to repent.
And here's Red. When we start talking about women.
Lord have mercy.
The fetish he got for Sister Joy over there Oh, speak, Lord have mercy. But anyway,
Oh, every post he makes, every post he's made in the last month.
but it looks like the MLB is on to something with the rule changes. We see that with the pitch clock and hitters having to be in the box, games were down 21 minutes collectively. Also, they had more action on the base path. Now that pitchers can only throw over to the bases 3 times, there were a lot more stolen bases. I think they said 22 or 21 more stolen bases this opening day than last year's opening day. And that means a whole lot when the pitcher's already exhausted those 3 throws over to first base. So you know he can't pick you off. You could just take off and be gone. Like they could actually run while he's on the mound because he can't throw over there.
He can't do anything about
it. Can't do nothing about it.
So that means strategies coming in. You got to be, clear about when you throw over the first base so you don't exhaust all those options. The only thing that I'm wondering is what MLB doing, shortening the game with these new rules. Is it able to be duplicated in college all the way down to Little League to bring the interest? Because they did that to bring interest to MLB. But the problem is getting folk interested to want to start playing the game to ultimately have a chance one day to get to MLB. So is it plausible for other leagues, particularly little leagues, to be able to implement these different rules so that it can be ingrained in the sport as they go up the line?
You could probably got the old guard that'll resist it.
Yeah, it's always
they're gonna resist it.
Yeah, I mean, my son is gonna play regardless because he need to play. But yeah, hopefully when you change the rules of the game to try and get more traction, whether it's the lowest league to the highest league, I think it'll be a good thing. Like you said, the older guys will kind of have backlash, but other than that, it should be fine. I think baseball is in better hands now.
Baseball, they recognized that they had a marketing problem.
Yeah, exactly.
First of all, you have a game during this time of the day on a weekday. Who's normally at those games? Not
all
us.
The old people.
Right.
Old retired people.
Yeah. So they also recognize, okay, how can we get how can we increase our demographics? How can we get people to come into this thing? Because I guarantee they've done their marketing, their research and everything. Hey, you fill out this survey and they probably got the results. Game is boring. It draws out.
That's what the data and the analytics is saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's do something about it. So the old guard and the little leagues and all that stuff, it'll eventually bleed over into them once we see how exciting it makes the MLB. So they're going to have to go through some years of doing it. Because I'll tell you this, I would rather watch a game in person than on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to be a fan. You got to be a real baseball fan or a fan of a team or player to watch the entire game through. Like the only baseball I watch is the Braves. That's all I watch. I paid for the MLB app just to watch the Braves every day since I'm in Pennsylvania.
Unless it's the World Series, everybody gonna watch the World Series.
Yeah, I watch.
That's the only one.
Yeah, that's about it.
If bring back in, we go. We good. You got
that was the app, brother. That was the app. If you're an ATL, you know a little something about that, boy. That app made us like season ticket holders for a minute, but that's another story for another day. Let's move on. Bronny James showed up with 5 threes in the McDonald's All-American game when his presence there was in question. Vince, I'm queuing up Lunis. You up first. What you got to say about Bronny James is future? What you got?
Oops, I think little Bronny, his future is bright. Well, first of all, I didn't even realize that he changed his name to Bronny. He's LeBron James Jr., but I think he recognized Dad built his own image I want to build my own. So I'm going to call myself Bronny. No, I'm not as tall as my dad. No, I may not be as athletic as my dad, but he taught me the fundamentals and I went out there and worked on them. When I watched that McDonald's game the other day, I was impressed with how he conducted himself. You know, he wasn't out there trying to impress his dad. I think he was out there trying to show his other colleagues, hey, I belong out here. I'm not out here just because of my last name. You know, I'm Bronny James. I'm going to go out here and I'm going to earn my way onto these teams and I'm going to earn your respect while doing so. So I'm impressed. I think he's going to be good. He's a hell of a shooter.
Bronny, I mean, at first we were all in question if you should even be there. I mean, even be considered one of the top high school players. But I mean, you've proved us wrong. You kind of proved us wrong, man. And you know what? Kudos to you. You're not trying to live off your dad's legacy, trying to build your own legacy. You got all the resources available. You just got to use them. You know, like you said, it might not be as tall as athletic as your dad, but you can't shoot that ball. I did see that. So, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Proud of you, man. I'm proud that you proved me wrong. Definitely.
Coach.
Oh, that's so cute. Like,
Lord.
but he's gonna make the NBA, and I hope. LeVar Ball tried to offer him an opinion. He should pick up the phone or cancel the email and not listen to LeVar Ball at all for anything dealing with a kid. And should have told him, no, sir, I got my daddy. Thank you, I appreciate it. But he's gonna be a decent NBA player.
You on mute, Rev.
Muted.
Mute.
No, my
Mute.
bad. I forgot we had to turn off the music once Coach goes. Red wants to come back again, so we'll let him come back. But I'm going to say this. I don't know if Bronny is one of the best players in high school. I think what we've learned is he's serviceable and he has a skill set that will allow him to be a good role player ultimately in the NBA. I still don't think he's one of the top 30 players. Like, you can't tell me we couldn't find 100 kids across the nation who could hit 5 threes. They got some kids who could light it up. All right. So we learned that he's a better shooter than his dad. Maybe that's the reason why we think he's better than what he might really be, because he can clearly shoot better than his dad. But when you make him the main player, he's not that dude, because in high school, when you're like elite, you should be averaging 25 a night.
Yeah.
Easily. There should be hardly any games you scoring 10 points and 12 points. So I will say, I still think he should not have been a McDonald's All-American while he did not embarrass himself. And I do believe that there's a place for him in the league at some point, because he fits the bill with athleticism and he can shoot the ball. And in this new age NBA, you got to be able to shoot. Go ahead, Red.
I think Bronny will be okay if he just don't try to be his dad. You realize I'm not going to be my dad. I'm not going to be one of the top 5 players of all time in the NBA. I'm not going to be one of the greats, but I can definitely have a serviceable career. I can definitely contribute to a championship team. I'm saying, do what he does. You're not LeBron James. You're Bronny. Be yourself. I know it's going to be tough because you're going to have a lot of folks, everything you do is going to be compared to your father. But if you can come up with the perfect mental aspect, a perfect mental mindset to carry you through your career, and you're not worried about what the folks saying about comparing you to your dad or whatever. I'm just saying, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be the player that I can be. And if you're good with that, I think Bronny will be okay because, like you say, he definitely has some talent. You say he definitely has a place in the NBA. Now that place ain't gonna be like Armani say the greatest small forward of all time. You know, we know that your place not gonna be one of the top 10 greats. I don't think. You know, but if you can just come in and your place is an NBA player that can contribute to a championship team, 3-and-D maybe, shoot the three, play defense, and if you can do that for over a decade, you.
All right. So the freeze cam had to get red. He wasn't gonna stop.
And there ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with knowing there's nothing wrong with knowing where you are
exactly
and what your limits are. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
you know, your dad is already one of the best players of, if not the greatest player of all time. So I mean, you know, just know your place. Don't try and do too much. Know your place. Do what you can do.
But here's
him, I would have a conversation with Gary Payton Jr. Just talk to him. How did you go about this?
Well, yeah. I think it's different for Bronny. And the reason why I say it's different for Bronny from a Gary Payton Jr. Bronny knows he's coming from generational wealth.
Yeah.
So all his chips don't have to be in basketball.
That's true.
Unlike most kids, if they don't play basketball at the pro level making millions, they don't know where their meal ticket is going to be.
Yeah.
So Bronny can be comfortable in his skin.
Pressure.
Right.
Bronny doesn't have to feel like the whole basketball world is on his shoulders because he knows if I don't make it, I'm still good.
It's okay.
I'm okay. I'm still going to have a mansion. I'm still
more than okay.
Multiple houses because the brand is going to continue to go on. LeBron is not going to let his kid fail. All they got to do is show some initiative. Stay out of trouble. They're bright kids. They come from resources. You know, their dad was well beyond his years. That's how he became a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So Bronny's going to be all right. And I believe Bronny, by changing his name, I didn't know he changed his name, but by changing his name, he understood probably well before he got to high school, I will never be my dad.
Yeah.
So I'm not even going to give anybody the illusion that I think I'm going to be my dad. So therefore, I'm going to do what I do well. I'm going to jump. I'm going to stroke it. And I'm going to be a good defensive player. And that's going to be my ticket. Because I think Bronny is more self-aware about his limitations than his own daddy is.
Yeah, rare.
I mean, it's apparent. I can understand it because it's like it's apparent. Like you think that your child can do no wrong. He's the best. You know, it's. I understand it. I understand where we come from, but I think mentally, LeBron is like, I know the limitations. I see it. You know.
Yeah, and look at Jordan's kids. Those two boys, they knew they weren't going to be able to be a quarter.
Nope.
Or an eighth of what their dad is.
Say less than that.
Exactly. Okay, Rev. In my world, I deal with measurements like that. A 16.
Too much pressure.
Yeah,
too much pressure.
They were. I mean, no disrespect to George's kids. They were trash.
Yeah.
Yes, they were. Especially the one that went down from Illinois down to Central Florida.
Oh my God.
Central Florida's got what they had an Adidas deal, and you're gonna come down there and refuse to wear Adidas because you want to wear your dad's shoes. First of all, you're an idiot, but whatever. Yeah, but they recognize, hey, let's go in business or something because I'm never gonna be my dad.
What's the name average more points than their son than Jordan's son, Stephen A. Smith average more than this?
Winston-Salem State.
Winston-Salem State.
Winston-Salem
State. Man. Good HBCU. Strong HBCU.
Go ahead, Red. A few seconds. We're going on to the next topic. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I mean, everybody, like I said, I guess y'all agree with me when we say, yeah, just Bronny. Don't worry about being dad. Be yourself. If you're good enough with that, dude, you're gonna have a great career. Like Rev said, you're gonna have a good life, man. Don't worry about nothing. LeBron James is LeBron James. You are Bronny James, and as long as you know you Bronny James, which he seen, like y'all say, he seen to take a good tone today, like he's figuring that out, I think the kid gonna be okay, and that's why I'm a fan of Bronny James, because I think the kid gets it. He ain't living in fantasy world like his dad thinking he gonna be the next great thing, LeVar Ball Jr. You know what I'm saying? And let's not be, Jordan's kids may not have, being winners on the ball court, but I know one of his sons is winning off the court.
Oh Lord, we're gonna move on because Red got to always find a way to bring something about some women. Man,
We need to give Red the entertainment gossip segment of the
Lord
show.
have mercy, man. Red need to do his own show so he can talk about these women all the time.
Oh, Larsa Pippen.
Lord have mercy. All right, to the
Get
next
that
topic.
man some props, real.
That's the next topic.
He
Magic
taking
and
over
the
for Scottie
Commanders.
Pippen.
Magic and the Commanders. We'll give you the first bid to talk 1 minute about Magic potentially buying or being a part of the ownership group to buy the Commanders in 3, 2, and 1. Go with it, Brett.
I think that this would be a nice precedent for the NFL. If Magic can find a way to sneak himself in the door, that'll be good. That the NFL finally have one black owner in the game. Sure, he's not he's part of a group, but the fact that the Magic will be on and have a piece of a team, and who knows, the owners might give Magic control because he's the name that stands out. And if Magic Johnson is controlling Commanders, oh man, that is something to celebrate. We finally got a black man in control of the NFL team. That will be something to talk about. But just Magic just getting his foot in the door, I think that'll be something to talk. I think if Magic can get his foot in the door with his personality and his charm, he'll be able to do some good things. Maybe he can convince some other brothers to come in and invest their money into the NFL. So I'm hoping this turns out. I'm hoping that the investor group, they choose this investor group. I want Magic to get his foot in the door. Okay, I'm done.
Coach.
We're trying to buy, me and minorities trying to take care of a team. But my question is, why the Commanders?
Got to go with what's selling, coach.
I guess so. I guess that they're trying to build and make a product, but I guess if Magic's the owner, a part owner, he can bring in people. So it's going to be interesting. I hope he can win the bid because they got another group that's going against him, and it's going to be an interesting battle. And if he can get them, then like you said, changes are coming, and we'll see what happens.
Vince.
I think it's a great deal. And if he I don't know if it's the same ownership group that he's a part of with the Dodgers, but if it is, I think Geffen and some other people are part of that group. But if it is the same group, I think it's going to be good for sports. You're going to have a black owner that gets to sit at the table, and you're in Chocolate City. And Coach, to answer your question, why the Commanders? Why not? Because all 32 of those NFL teams, they win whether they win or not because of the TV deals that they have. And I think, like I said, if it's that same group that he's a part of with the LA Dodgers ownership and they got a championship, hey, bring that championship winning ways and that attitude over to Washington.
Armani, what you got?
Well, I didn't know. I mean, Magic owning the NFL team, that came as a surprise to me. But hey, I'm all for it because we need some minority ownership in the NFL. We don't have one right now. So, anything that'll help, minority ownership, I'm all for it. Plus, that might make some gainway for, him to get some for the Commanders starts getting some star players there. I mean, Lamar Jackson got to go somewhere, and I don't think it's going to be the Ravens. Maybe, Magic can kind of lure him to, come and play for Eric Bieniemy, who is now the guy coordinating that offense over there. So I think it's a great move. I didn't know Magic had that much money to go in, but like you said, it's a group. So hey, I'm for it.
All right, real quick, Rubber Night Nation got a couple groups saying something. Let's go Magic. The NFL has a black owner with the Broncos. I don't think he's the majority owner. We might have a minority
Yeah.
in there. But I think Vince hit something I was going to share in terms of
Magic had that much money to go.
All right. Somebody want to do the replay now. Okay. Vince made a great point to coaches. He's talking about why not. And he also mentioned Chocolate City. Let me connect what Vince was saying, the coach's statement. I think if you're a minority owner, there are 4 franchises you would love to be a part of because of the demographic of the people in those cities. Number 1, Atlanta. Number 2, Washington, D.C. Number 3, Houston, Texas.
Yeah.
Number 4, Charlotte, North Carolina. Those are 4 major cities where the African American population are doing quite well. You got a middle class demographic, people who will be gun ho to support your team. So getting to the Washington Commanders for Magic, that is a no-brainer.
Right.
Because if that team takes off, that is the environment that you want to be in. And we know that Magic, to make a point for Armani, Magic, I don't know if you know this, Magic used to invest millions of dollars in black communities.
Yeah, I read on that. Yeah,
like
Still does.
Still does. With the Greenbrier area in Atlanta,
right.
Magic had a movie theater there. Used to have a Fridays there. So Magic made smart business investments like Starbucks investments that mushroomed his money.
Right.
He became what he became, not making the same money that these guys are making.
Right. Exactly.
And that's why a lot of these guys are leaning on Magic, because Magic is showing them the ropes on how to stretch their money.
Sure. And that's good. That's some good stuff. That's some great stuff right there.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, on to the next topic. Vince, I don't know if you're going to join in too much on this one, but it's talking about Falcons. Defensive move. So we'll start with the Falcons fans. Well, no, it's on Coach, so we'll start with Coach to see if he cared any about the Falcons moves, and then we'll go to the 49ers fan to see if he cared, and then we'll let the 2 Falcons fans finish up on these defensive moves. All right, here we go, Coach. Go with it.
Don't be laughing at us, Rev.
Now, picking up.
Hold tight. I forgot we got to do the handicap sticker for you. Go ahead.
Oh, man.
You heard me then, though.
No, it was chopped up.
It was choppy in the start.
Picking up Calais Campbell can't do nothing but help the Falcons. You get a veteran who's a smart guy. He's a strong defensive presence. And him and Grady Jarrett going to be anchoring that thing. And that's going to be positive for those young Falcons on the defense. And then also it takes them away from the Baltimore Ravens. So that can't hurt either. So he can't terrorize our quarterback. So Calais, the Falcons are making some interesting moves to put themselves in position. I think they got to do one more thing. And I'm sure they'll be coming up soon. Whatever they're going to do, it's got to be another addition, probably through the draft.
Vince.
Well, first of all, Rev, just going back to what you said to us in the past, why are we spending time on talking about the Falcons? Why are we even talking about them? Your boy Arthur Blank.
Hey, watch yourself.
Hey, your boy Arthur Blank, aka Home Depot. He's up there giving every reason why he don't even want to spend money on a guy, an ultra talent like Lamar Jackson. Now, Calais Campbell and some of these other signees that y'all have, you definitely had a defensive problem. So hopefully y'all are addressing those. Taylor Heineke. I'll take my I'll take my little third string guy over that, but whatever. Y'all do what you need to do, but y'all are still going to be the Falcons.
Oh,
Armani, what you got, man?
y'all want the subjective or objective, Armani? I mean, if you
Objective.
all right. I mean, I'm glad that we got. I said this from the beginning that we needed veterans on defense. Everybody's talking about go get this guy, go get that guy, go draft this guy, go draft this guy. I said we need some veterans on the defense first before we get the rookies, so they can show them the ropes and show them how to play defense. Because again, when you play defense, you react into a lot of stuff. A lot of communication needs to be there. A lot of rookies don't know a lot of that. Not saying that they haven't done it in college, but still, the veterans, Jesse Bates, will come in there and step up and help them out. Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell, guys of that sort can come in and help them. So we got some veterans on the defense. Y'all know how I feel about the Lamar Jackson thing. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get to that. So I'll get to that later. But the defense stepped up and we got better. So I'll give it that.
Red.
Real. However you feeling right now, that's probably how I'm feeling right now about the moves. I have absolutely no idea how these moves are going to gel. I hope they work out, but honestly, I have absolutely no idea because it's the Falcons, and it's not only that, it's the Falcons' defense. So like I say, I'll probably have a better idea once I see who we take in the first. But right now, they're okay. I can't piss poor. I mean, we had money to spend, and he did spend some money. But exactly how it's gonna work out on the field, I have absolutely no idea. So I'm gonna stay even keeled until I have a little bit more evidence of how these moves are gonna work out. But they're okay. They're okay for right now.
All right, let's see what Red Nation has to say. He says, I'm looking forward to Coach Nielsen improving the play about defense with Campbell, Peters, and company. Joe Black said the D-line is going to be a lot better.
You hope.
Will be a playoff team this year. Book it.
Oh, but that. Oh.
Now you see, Real, when I start hearing all these guarantees, that make me scared.
Delusional.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
I'm saying, can y'all wait? Ooh, they already talking about playoffs and the D-line gonna be. Let's see first. We don't know. We know we the Falcons, and we made moves. We've made moves before and come to the season, and guess what? The moves didn't pan out. Vince, you've seen us make moves before, and when the season started, it's like we didn't make one move at all. So, look, we will see. I'm not quite sure how these new defensive coordinators are gonna work out with these moves. Yeah, they got a lot of he bought a lot of his players in from the Saints. So look, we'll just have to see how will they gel with the players that we've already had. We shall see. But
let me jump in right
Go
there.
ahead. Go ahead, Real.
Ask this question of Armani and Red. I'm going to go to Armani first. Would you be more confident in these moves if you were more confident in the Falcons quarterback?
Yes, and here's why. The quarterback is that we can all agree is the most important position on the football field. And when you have a third-round pick, no shade to Ritter, y'all know the analytics when it comes to that. I've said it plenty of times. They have a what % success rate? 15, some along those lines. You already got a guy that don't want to be somewhere, and you don't want to spend the money to go get him.
Are we going to get to that? Don't go too far.
My bad. But yeah, to answer your question, Rev, I would feel a lot better if we had a competent, proven quarterback. So with that being said, Archie Smith and Terry, if it don't work out, I don't want to hear it. You up out of here.
All right, Red. Would you be more confident with these moves if the Falcons had a different or better quarterback?
No.
Now, Now, I think Red is now. First of all, we know Red is rarely short on work. Right, that's number one. Right, that is probably the only one word answer I can ever remember, and we're now at 276 episodes in. I know when Red is dug into a position, he is going to stay dug in until he can't dig in anymore. And the reason why he did not want to go and expound on that question is he's dug in on Ritter being the quarterback.
Oh, hey, what's the analytics
Man,
with it? What's the
guy know
analytics?
me too well.
What's the analytics? That's what I want to know.
Uh-oh. Analytics. Here we go.
What's the data? All right.
I knew Red wasn't gonna take the bait. I knew he wasn't gonna expound, but
He's gonna conserve because he know if it don't work out, I'm coming. Don't worry. If it don't work out, I'm coming. I'm gonna be right here.
Hold on. You coming for what?
All the Falcons fans, we haven't gave Ritter a chance, and we haven't done this for Ritter, and okay, I'm gonna be right here.
I don't care. You can come here. You can come there. I don't care. I'm dug in for Ritter for this year. And if he fail, I'll come on here myself and say he failed. So you ain't got to come for me. I'll tell the fans myself. And don't act like somebody waiting in the weeds scared because our money coming from them. Dude, if you coming from me, I ain't got nothing to worry about.
Oh, here we go. Because
I'm just saying. I'm not worried about. I'm just saying, Armani. I'm not worried about being wrong. I'm just saying, I'm not worried about being wrong for fearful of you coming for me. Okay.
So why don't you answer the question?
What question? I did answer it.
You ain't had no context. That's all I need to know. You ain't had no context. That's all I need to know. You're scared. All right, moving on.
You sound like a moron right now. I'm scared about what? This dude sound like a simple millennial. Talking on him. What do you mean I'm scared? Scared about?
You're a little nervous. Okay, it's all right. You're a little nervous. Okay, you're a little on the fence, but you don't wanna say it because you know you on the fence. It's all right. We know.
On the fence about what? Can you explain yourself and stop saying a bunch of empty comments? I see why Shelby feel the way about you now. You just make comments.
About Desmond Ritter.
Dude just making comments and don't even know what he talking about.
Coach, jump in there, Coach.
I think Pittsburgh is
what am I scared about? What is scared about? Wait. Well, what is Red scared about? Yeah.
Hold on, Red. Hold on. Let Coach jump in there, man.
Go ahead, Coach.
You going in and out, Red. So go ahead, Coach.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. My bad.
Pittsburgh is becoming Atlanta North. We got Keanu Neal. We got DeMonte KZ. Keep sending them up our way. We gonna find a way to use them.
You just better hope they're healthy.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you,
they healthy.
That's why Keanu Neal is no longer a Falcon because he spent more time on the injured list than he did on the field.
Yeah, but KZ last year when he was healthy, he was a ball hawk. So I'm like,
what was the key phrase you just said? When he was healthy.
Well, he always good for interceptions. Yeah. That's all he did when he was with us, get interceptions.
You got to get the disclaimer out there, but they keep.
So, Coach, let me just tell you what the host just did. I just pulled a Westbrook move. I know how to get them riled up. I know how to get you riled up. So that's why I just posed the question the way that I did because Armani and Red been battling off screen about.
Oh wait, don't say Red. Armani riled up. Red ain't battling nothing.
They battle off screen about this Ritter stuff all along. So I knew the question was going to stir up a little emotion.
Now, Rev, who was right on the Ritter stuff though? So
that's
far,
to be determined though.
That's to be determined.
Yeah, that's TBD. No,
we don't know.
Right. I told you who was going to be the starter. I told you who was going to be the starter.
We don't officially know yet because the draft will go a different way.
Because you think the Falcons going to take a quarterback?
Well, tell me this. If somehow my man Bryce Young is available at 8, you don't think Ritter's contract is easy to get rid of?
So is. Expendable.
Uh-oh.
Hey, do it again, Vincent. Do it again. Hey, don't let Bryce be there. Don't let Bryce be there. Or Stroud. Because Stroud
Don't let
took
Bryce be there. Don't let Bryce be there. Well, 8.
Yeah, at 8. He ain't gonna be there, but he better not slip there.
Well, that's why
He's gonna be there. I know he's not gonna be there. Stroud not gonna be there either.
Hey, Red, y'all got Taylor Heineke.
I know that.
But
that's why I don't understand why they. Go ahead, Red. What'd you say? Huh?
Folk raving about the kid from Florida.
Oh yeah,
I know, but let them rave. I want to see if the Panthers gonna take him number 1.
And if they did take him number 1, then that might make Bryce Young available down the line.
He ain't gonna Rev. If Bryce Young get past 2, don't you think some other teams are gonna trade up? Bryce Young is not gonna get past 5. Okay, none of the quarterbacks are gonna get past number 5.
And guess what? If Bryce Young is there at 5, you don't think the Falcons might take a look, go up 3 spots?
No.
Go up.
The Falcons
about a guy
Desmond Ritter is the quarterback. Vincent said he got Desmond Ritter is the quarterback. He is the quarterback.
You're trying to tell me if the Falcons can move up 3 spots to get Bryce Young, they're more settled. You're trying to say they're more settled on Desmond Ritter being a quarterback for 1 year than Bryce Young potentially being the quarterback for 10?
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Hey, so I'm gonna ask the panel. I'm gonna ask the whole panel. Is Desmond Ritter better than C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young coming in? Talent wise, let me know.
Not even close.
So what are we doing?
If either one of those jokers are available, Arthur Blank better trip over his walker trying to get to that. I don't care what he got.
It ain't what we doing. It's what they doing. I'm just telling you what they gonna do. Okay, it ain't no we in this.
But you're going along with it because you don't go along typically with every move that they make. Just like you didn't go along with them extending Matt Ryan. So if you're ticked off about it, you would make it clear. So you must be on board with the Ritter piece. That's because you would have a red rant.
That's why he's smiling, because
he have a red rant. See, I know you two. We done too many shows.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you.
What are you thinking? This is Rev talking. You ain't proved no point. Rev is getting selling all this. What are you? Thank you, Rev. What are you talking about?
He's proving everything that I'm saying.
But Rev's point is,
he's not. You ain't saying nothing.
Okay.
Well, he did prove his point to you, though, Red.
Just
posed the question that if you guys have a chance to get a Bryce Young, we know that ain't gonna happen. But if, air quote, if you have a chance to get him, knowing that you're dug in on Ritter, would you be okay with rolling with Bryce Young?
I would.
Okay, you just answered it. There you go. That easy. See,
that's if he's there, yeah. Because see, I was willing to take Lamar Jackson until the Falcons said they was out.
Stop and look at.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm not the fan that's gonna go along with everything the organization does. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorry.
Real, pull up.
Really?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
I don't believe that.
Yeah. Okay. I've said it many times.
Say it again, Coach. You're going in and out.
Who are the teams picking before the Falcons? Just pull them up.
So you got the Panthers,
Texans,
Seattle, the Raiders.
Raiders quarterback.
Colts
need one, but I don't know what they're gonna do.
Y'all just gonna realize I'm right on this. Really is the guy.
I don't doubt that you're right. All the signs look like they're gonna go with Ritter. Because when you sign in Taylor Heineke and he's content, and I would be too if you're gonna pay me $10 million. That was just a dumb move in itself. But I would be content. They told him you're gonna be Ritter's backup, so we pretty much know that's the case. The case is we're not arguing the case. We're arguing if it makes sense or not.
It don't make sense.
No. Nothing Arthur Smith has done has made sense. I mean, he's starting Mariota 13 games. Did that make sense? And then throwing Ritter out there for the last 4. Did that make sense? This whole regime don't make sense. But we stuck with it.
Oh, but we supposed to go along with it. Okay.
We're gonna let that be the last statement because we have talked Falcons football entirely too much.
Entirely too much. I was hoping I was gonna miss this topic right here.
Last comment, last subject matter. Lamar Jackson trade demands. We know Armani been excited about this one real quick. We'll go and let you get it out the way, Armani. So we can set the
Delusional excitement.
Here it is, man. We queuing you up. 3, 2, 1. Go with it, Armani.
Well, y'all know how I feel. Lamar Jackson. If I'm Arthur Blank, I don't care how many picks we got to get it. 5 straight losing seasons. You have, again, no excuse not to. But, I mean, on the Lamar Jackson side, it's clear that he doesn't want to be in Baltimore anymore. The relationship is sour because he's not getting the money that he wants. But at the same time, Lamar, let's be real, man. I mean, you how we gonna build a team if you want all the money? It don't make sense. Now they can nick and pick and do what they can, but you can't take most of the salary, man. If you want a good team and want to win. So with that being said, you're probably gonna stay put or have to sit out because they're trying to reset the quarterback market, and you're not gonna get what you're asking for. So you're gonna have to settle or sit out.
Red, what you got?
My God, what do I have? Let's see. What do you get? One big dummy. Now I have no idea what to give this guy, real. I mean, this entire story just get worse and worse by the day. The latest thing talking about he gonna sit out the season. Lamar, for the last time, fire your current representation. Get you some real representation, and your decision maker will vastly improve. Okay? I'm tired of talking about you. I'm tired of insulting you. But you need to get a clue, young man. All right? This path you going down, it is not going to work out for nobody but NFL teams because they're going to keep running you through the road, River, okay? Every time they're going to get a chance to outdo you business-wise, they're going to do it, and they've been doing it, and they're going to keep doing it. The main reason you got the franchise tag right now, and you don't have a bag. If you had an agent, you have a bag. But no, you got the tag. I'm done.
Coach.
Come back. If I come back, pay for that $2 million, and then renegotiate, I'd rather have you in Baltimore. Give my Steelers a chance to beat you 2 times. We had trouble with your backup, but we don't have that much trouble with you. Come on back, brother.
Vince.
Oh, Lamar, the saga continues. Just like Red said, please hire proper representation that passes the sniff test, the whatever test of the CBA or the NFL's players union, so that you can go out there and get your money. They put up money, 133 million, potentially going up to 150 with incentives, guaranteed money. Your mental roadblock right now is the statement that you made in regards to Deshaun Watson's 230 guaranteed. If that's what he's worth, I'm worth at least that much, if not more. That right there is your problem, and you're never going to get past that. This thing is going on longer than what it needed to be. Baltimore, y'all are stuck with this is going to be a toxic relationship because you're going to be a Baltimore Raven this fall. This is going to be a toxic relationship. Y'all are going to be sitting there looking at each other in the bed. You on the one side and they on the other side and not wanting to touch each other. This is bad.
All right.
How did we get in this?
Rookie contracts are too cheap to let one of those QBs in the draft get away. 13 games to put Ritter in was nuts. I think our coach and GM made it so Lamar will never come to ATL now with their comment. No agent, no deal. The Falcons, if you have any chance to get Lamar Jackson, do it, period. LBJ needs to tell his mom to chill and hire an actual agent. No chance to get him anymore. Our coach made dumb comments. All right, Red, go.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to figure out Why all these folks insulting us just because we don't make a move? Okay, Baltimore Ravens, his own team won't even sign him. But all of a sudden, the Falcons and Arthur Blank are morons and dummies. I mean, even my girl Joy Taylor. Come on, Joy. Give me a break. Don't do me like that. You talking about my team like that. What'd you say, Real?
The problem is that Arthur Blank interjected himself.
Yeah, I heard his comment
in the conversation. So that's why, because he's been one of the few owners that have made just a specific statement about Lamar, is why Falcons organization has been targeted. That's why it came after.
And they talk about the relationship with Deshaun. I mean, well, the fact that we went after Deshaun Watson last year, and why aren't we going after Lamar Jackson? And we try to tell people Arthur Blank has a relationship with Deshaun Watson. He doesn't have a relationship with Lamar Jackson.
Where Arthur though went the wrong direction, was talking about the issues with Lamar, and we can't dismiss that Deshaun Watson just had half of the city of Cleveland accused.
Right. I wish Arthur hadn't. Yeah, Arthur did kind of bring some of it on himself by even just voicing. He should have just stayed quiet. But even though before then, people were clowning us for not making a move for Lamar. But when Arthur opened his mouth, it just took it to another level.
Poverty franchises make poverty decisions.
And it is. The Baltimore Ravens.
Well, way to say that. Now you don't give Vincent something to laugh at us off, buddy. Just giving the haters ammunition.
I'm being objective and I'm being real. That's just what it really is.
We're giving the haters ammunition.
It's being real. I'm sorry.
That's the reason why the Falcons haven't won a Super Bowl.
What's that, Real?
Part of the reason. I mean, when you make
Arthur Blank.
Well, you can go from Arthur Blank to the previous administration, to the other administration. I mean, the team has just not made solid decisions.
Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
For instance, Tom Brady's gone.
Right.
Derek Carr is in New Orleans.
Right.
The Panthers are about to get a rookie.
Right.
Getting a player like Lamar Jackson, you win the NFC South going away. This ain't the time to be experimenting with Desmond Ridder when the division is wide open. Wide open. You are already going to erase 5 years of your mistake with Matt Ryan with one move. And it's right there for the taking. Can we say that Desmond Ridder is even the top, in the third best quarterback in our division?
No.
Derek Carr is better than Ridder. Who did the Bucks get?
Nobody. They got
nobody as of yet.
No, they got Brady. No, they got what's the Cleveland guy? Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield.
Don't we know that Ridder's better than Baker Mayfield?
We don't know.
I mean, but we do know Lamar Jackson is better than everyone we just named. And you can't allow your stupid decision to extend Matt Ryan for so many years. That's y'all fault. Not to try to go after somebody who can win your division right now after you've not given the fans anything to cheer for 5 years. It'd be different if Tom Brady was still in the South. Then I would say stay with Desmond, because the likelihood of the Falcons beating the Bucks with Tom Brady is very unlikely. But I do believe they can beat the Saints with Derek Carr. I believe they can beat the Bucks with Baker Mayfield. I believe they can beat the Panthers with a rookie quarterback. You got to strike while the iron is hot, and it's an inferno right now. That's how hot it is.
So why are folks giving Terry credit then if he passed on Lamar?
Who?
Terry, the GM. Why are folks giving him so much praise? Because he the one that passed on him.
He made good decisions.
He ain't made no good ones. Y'all just clowning him for passing on Lamar. Y'all just said you wanted Lamar. That's the number one guy. He passed on Lamar, and now y'all saying he made the biggest mistake ever. So why are we praising all his moves if he passed on the number one move y'all saying he should have made?
The thing is,
Well,
he made good.
hold on, real quick, Mike. I'm sorry. He's passing on it because they don't. No team. Here's what it is. No team wants to help the Ravens.
Right.
That's what's going on. It's not like nobody doesn't want Lamar.
Right.
They don't want him under the circumstances. Like, you don't want to have to negotiate a new contract with Lamar where you're going to have the same issue because nobody's want to give him guaranteed money. So you're going to have that issue along with losing 2 first-round picks. That's the problem.
From Marcus.
That's why people are hands off. They'll deal with them possibly in a potential trade, but not signing him to the dotted line where they could lose 2 first-round draft picks and then he might come disgruntled.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So y'all still want to make the move?
I wouldn't mind them trading for him.
Well, no, you have to give up first round. You have to give up them 2 first rounders though.
Right, but what I think is going to happen is teams might wait for Baltimore to pay him whatever they're going to pay him. That's signed because nobody's going to match it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once that's signed on the dotted line, then you might see some negotiation.
Look, I was all set for the fact the week Armani. The week that Lamar free agency began, we were debating. You remember the day that he became free? I was all set for Terry to make the move. Was I not? Did I not say, Terry, I hope you had your checkbook ready? You remember that day we were talking, right? And did I not tell you, I said, go ahead, make the move. Terry, I hope you're ready to pay him. So don't say Red wasn't ready. Red had all right, listen to Armani and all these other fans say, well, we gonna get him. As soon as the Ravens franchise him, we gonna get him. So I said, okay. I was ready. Vincent, you saw my post. I was ready to give up 2 first-round picks. I was ready to embrace the guy. But what happened?
Here's the thing.
What did the Falcons decide?
This is what you're getting lost in the sauce in. Well,
I ain't lost nowhere. I'm listening.
What we say ain't law. We don't run the organization.
Believe me, I know that.
Let them finish, Red. Let them finish.
What we can do is just make recommendations. And here's the thing: the fans are disgruntled because you're not in no position to say, "Oh, we're not gonna go get a top 10 quarterback." Bro, you've had 5. Arthur Blank has had 5 straight losing seasons. You in no position to say what you're not gonna do, because what you've been doing ain't working.
Yes, and
that's aggravating for us fans putting in money to go to games, to buy gear, all of this, and then you want to raise ticket prices at that, and you lose it? What are we talking about?
Vince, you hear this man?
What
are we talking about? You don't want to go get a top 10 quarterback, and you've been getting your behind handed to you for the past 5 seasons. That's all I'm saying. That's why nobody takes us seriously. Nobody takes the Falcons seriously because the front office does dumb stuff like this. Desmond Ridder is a 3rd-round pick. Again, you already know the numbers for that. So you want to stick with the 3rd-round pick, not go after Lamar. You don't want to go draft the quarterback. So if you want to go ahead and get fired on that hill, Arthur Smith, get fired. That's on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Marcus Mariota to the Desmond Quitter.
You can't make this stuff up. And it's fans like Vince's team, coach's team.
We're laughing.
Team, they're laughing at us. The fans are laughing at us because they know the Falcons making dumb decisions.
I mean, think about this 3-year stretch. This is 3 years.
Definitely laughing.
Stupid.
Matt Ryan, who you overextended. Then you say, okay, here's the bridge, Marcus Mariota. Then here's the next bridge. Who bridging? Come on, man. This is why I'm an emotionless Falcons fan.
That's me this year. I'm done.
Whatever, man. You should have been with us last year. You still got emotions. Look at you going crazy right now. When we told you, I told you this was gonna happen, Armani, and you still getting emotional.
Red,
I told you what would happen.
you're still losing it.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't care about you being right. I just want to win. I don't care about right or wrong.
It's a justifiable reason for his emotion in terms of if there's a quarterback available who can literally change the trajectory of the franchise, you can understand why there's emotion. Right. I don't expect the Falcons to do the right thing. That's why I'm not even thinking.
Me neither. That's what I was saying. I didn't expect them to go after Lamar.
But I'm not also content to ride with Desmond Ritter. I'm just not content.
Wait a minute.
Hey, I'm only content. I'm only content because I got a chip for the Falcons this year, so I got to get realistic.
But for Matt Ryan when he was still a Falcon. You want to still get his kid Desmond Ritter a chance.
Oh, okay. You're right. Only because he's young. Only because he's young. Matt Ryan, we knew that he had passed his prime. So, only because he's young.
Brad, but there's nothing about Desmond Ritter that suggests he's nothing. You're saying you're willing to give him a year, but you're not really saying he's our franchise. He's our future. If we already wasted 5 years, we don't have no more time to waste.
If they had made the Lamar move, I would have been on board. They didn't make it. I would have been on board with Lamar. I want to poo-poo.
Here's where Falcons fans are screwed up. Like, I live in Pennsylvania. It's clear that Philadelphia has one of the most passionate fan bases.
Right.
The front office of Philadelphia knows if they don't make certain moves or if they do make certain moves that are bad,
the fans gonna show their behind.
And it's gonna be relentless heat. Yes. It's gonna be on television as well as on the radio. As well as whoever still reads the newspaper. All right. Now, I do understand that most people who live in this area are from Pennsylvania, are from the Philadelphia area. The reason why the Falcons get a pass so much is because, unfortunately, the city blew up with a bunch of people who are not from Atlanta.
Right.
And this is why Falcons management know they don't have to make certain moves because they're not going to face that much heat because most of the folks are not Falcons fans anyway. That's why Atlanta's one of the few places where you can go to a game and the road team might have just as many fans there as the home team,
if not more.
I experienced that.
And the thing is, also, it's like that's the fans and the Falcons fans that are here. They got a pop. They go along with anything. It's a poverty mindset. Or I'm just go along and y'all just happen to have a football team.
It's a toxic relationship.
They just happen to have a football team.
The stuff that me and Red said months ago.
They have a poverty mindset. We're just gonna go along with them. We're gonna buy the gear. We're not trying to win.
They need
Everybody
to
keeps saying the Falcons ain't trying to win.
Look how long they supported Matt Ryan when me and Rev both knew this clown was done years ago.
Franchise.
Right. And I'm with Armani. Good doggone well, had we got Lamar Jackson, I would have been on board. Good doggone well, I've never told you Ritter is better than any of those guys you name. Have I said one time that Ritter?
No, I didn't say you said it.
Okay. No, I've never said Ritter was talented. I even told you I don't think Ritter's more talented than the two guys coming out the draft. The only thing I've told you is I know what that moron that's our head coach gonna do. That's the only thing I just like I told Rev back when we used to have the Matt Ryan battles. Rev, you right. I agree. But I know what this moron team gonna do. I know they gonna sign Matt Ryan to that contract, which they did. I knew this moron team was gonna stick with Ritter this upcoming year because Arthur Smith need to make up for putting that honey butter out there for 13 games and then only putting the other guy out there for 4 who he wasted a 3rd round draft pick on. So now he gotta make up for his boo-boo by putting him out there. Start giving him the starting job. But dude, I, like you and Real, both know the iron is hot. I, like you and Real, both know had we got Lamar Jackson, let's just say there will be some things said about our team positive instead of all the heat we taking right now. But, and I'm sitting here. I wish I had Vincent. I wish I had that little drink in my hand that Samuel Jackson had when he had that meme in Django Unchained with Leo DiCaprio. That's the mindset I'm having right now.
And it's gotten to the point where the fans arguing with each other.
Yeah. And me and you be arguing the same. It's like we want the same thing. We both want rings for our team.
Rev, it's time for the Steelers report.
No, it ain't time for the Steelers report. We still talking about the Falcons. Chill out with them Steelers. Okay. All right. It's enough Falcons talk. It's enough Falcons talk. But Armani, we are on the same page finally. Yes, I think Lamar Jackson would have been a good move. No, I don't think Ritter is more talented than any of the quarterback in it, or any of the first round quarterbacks in the draft, Lamar, or any of those guys you mentioned that we possibly could have. I don't think Ritter is more talented. But I think that moron Arthur Smith gonna ride Ritter this season just to make up for the bonehead decisions he done. And
he gonna ride his behind into out of a job.
Red.
Go ahead, Rev. I already know I'm finna get it.
I love you, brother. We've been doing this show 276 times now. And just to hear what you just said about, what the franchise is going to do, when I've heard you on many occasions blast this franchise for stupid moves.
Yes, you're right.
And for you to kind of have your temperature at normal when the division is there for the having. You just said you are content with the Falcons going into the new season with a quarterback who is a veteran now, who is not as talented as any of the QBs that will be drafted in the first round.
Not content.
You are content because you want to give Ritter a chance. Because
that's all I've been saying.
Games were not enough.
Okay.
Poverty. It's a poverty mindset. It's the fans in Atlanta. Poverty mindset.
Like I'm supposed to hear that comment. I'm gonna give it to you, Falcons. You better do it. You gonna get it from me. I ain't heard none of that stuff. It's all about poverty mindset. What the franchise is going to do.
I'm trying to keep an even keel.
No, you ain't even killed because you really want to believe this Ritter Joker is gonna do something. And
you know what, Rev? He could be, but what are the odds? 15, 20%?
I mean, there's nothing that we've seen that's gonna say Ritter is that dude. Let me just ask this one question, and we gotta get ready to go. Because I gotta go, gotta call a member. Rev, do you think 50+ million for a quarterback will lead a team to the Super Bowl? If their name is not Patrick Mahomes, that means no.
You got it. Okay. I can't deny it no more, man. Yeah. Y'all got it.
And Joe Black is right.
Oh, we got you, but I'm the crazy one, right? You made me have to be the crazy one.
He misspelled Ritter, but we'll give him a pass.
You got okay. All right, fine. All right. I'll give you a little credit, man.
Like I'm the crazy one.
I never said you were crazy. I never said you were crazy.
Y'all know what I've discovered. You know what we have discovered in this discussion?
I said we was on the same page.
Red and Armani are at two different stages of grief here. Armani is in the bargaining. The third stage is bargaining. Right now, Armani is trying to figure out, okay, if we do this, if we do that, somehow, some way we're going to make this thing work. But Red bringing up what Red just said, he's just content. Red is in the last stage of grief. He's accepted it.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good. He just say, you know what? Put Donald Duck out there. I'm good. I'll support it.
And you know what makes me mad? Like I said, why y'all raising ticket prices for 5 losing seasons?
Because the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Now, Vince, you want me to be acting like I'm money? I'm trying to change, man. I'm trying to change.
This is how Red would be acting like Armani right now. If Marcus Mariota came back as the quarterback another year, he would have lost a fuse.
Oh yeah.
He wouldn't know me. We giving him too much credit right now. Talking about I'm even killed. No, because he believes in Ritter. He wants Ritter to get a chance.
He does.
He's sticking to his guns on that
He
because
believes in his dream.
4 games is not enough to see. See, that's why he's sticking with it. Don't let this
We
even
know.
stuff fool you. He
I called
is
him out.
sticking with his statement that Ritter was not given a chance. So we need to let the young man get 1 year under his belt, then we can decide. That's the only
Then he's
And
gonna drive the
that's gonna
bus
get
over
Arthur
him.
Smith up out of here. You're fired. You don't.
Good.
Hey, and think about it like
Good.
this too. This is 4. This will be 3 straight drafts if you don't take a quarterback. 3 straight drafts where you were there already 2 years ago at 4 to get Justin Fields or somebody, and you take a tight end with the number 4. Get out of here.
Well, let me do this. I gotta go. Coach, take the lead, man. I gotta
Oh,
go.
man. Y'all boy got me crying over here, man.
It's been fun. I'll be ready for next week, episode 277. I got a church emergency that I need to address.
Okay.
Take care, man. Y'all be blessed. all
Yeah,
right?
after calling me out.
We can't. Yeah.
Y'all boy got me laughing today, man.
You have the right, and I don't know the way you have the right gonna go, but we're about to see. Who wants to go first? You had the right, Vince. You can start.
All right. The media, the sports media that reports on women's basketball, in particular in relation to Dawn Staley's Gamecocks women's team, you have the right to do better. The image, first of all, words hurt. They hurt. And once you put those words out there, they're out there for infinity. You have a responsibility for the girls that you cover. You cover these. The only reason you have a job is because of these female athletes that are out there playing basketball. So you have a right to do better. And I'm glad Don called your tails out. I want to say something else, but I'm glad they called you out. You have a right to do better.
All right. Armani.
Miami basketball. Y'all got the right just to lose today. UConn, y'all have the right to whoop up on them because I don't believe. They're gonna have to make a believe out of me. Just like Desmond Ritter gonna have to make a believe out of me.
No.
Miami gonna have to make a believer out of me. They gonna have to make I'm sorry, Maurice. Hey, listen, no shade intended. I know that you're an alumni. Look, sorry, make a believer out of me. UConn, whoop them today. Whoop them today.
All right, Red.
That. Okay, it's on me. Man, y'all had me crying, laughing so much today. Y'all finally got me. Money finally exposed me. Took him forever. Hey, need this boy Rev to help him out. Nah, y'all got me. I can't even. I gotta laugh about this. But
I'm the crazy one, right?
No, you was on point. You was on point. I tried to run circles around. I almost had y'all until Rev got me, and I couldn't deny it no more. All right, Hawks, you got a right to do one thing. Get rid of Trae Young. I'm tired of his little DeBarge, but the Hawks are going nowhere with this clown. They're not going to win any championships. The Lakers got a better chance. The Lakers, who were left for dead, have moved up into championship contender, while the Hawks just still going on a little carousel around the AC, not moving up, not moving down, just a perennial average and mediocre team. And if you're going to be perennial and average, you have a right to trade Trae Young because, number one, don't wait around for him to ask to be traded. Get rid of him now, okay, and start over. I don't know if you want to make DeJounte the number one threat and bring some shooters around him, but Hawks, Trae Young ain't the answer. Get rid of him and start over.
Trade the barge.
There you go.
That's some good stuff.
I believe in it.
The rhythm of the night.
There you go.
Atlanta.
What it feels like. World is on your shoulders.
The magic. All right, sorry, Coach.
Thank you, y'all. We're gonna let this episode die real quick.
Just like Trae Young Hawks' career.
You see, now we ain't gonna even talk about that. We're gonna leave.
I mean, Lord, regression. This ain't regression. And Hawks fans be trying to argue me. Hawks fans, I hope some of you watching right now, you cannot argue regression. Take it from me, like Armani tried to tell me. You can't argue going backwards. You have to go forward. So Ritter, you go, Ritter, you take my Falcons backwards, you little fool, and I'll come down and fight. Nah, I'm going to save it, y'all. I'm going to save it for when I really need it. I don't need it now. But Ritter, if you embarrass me, I promise you, boy, I will roast you profusely. I'll roast you so hard, our money will forget that I was even on your side. Nah, he ain't gonna forget that. So tell me, he gonna be reminding me every day. Well, look, I made my bed already, so I gotta sleep in it now, okay?
Episode 276.
You slept with Matt Ryan for years and years when me and Rev told you it was over. So don't get on me, don't come for me, partner. Y'all, we'll see y'all later. And me, all money, I'm cool, y'all. But we finally, it's just these Falcons, man. These